sentence is the paper was poorly researched and blank with errors.
Fraught.
Stephen Thrill, you got it.
Nice work.
Well done,
Yeah.
sir. Fraught.
I fraught the law won.
Glad you got one this week, buddy.
Thanks, Ted.
Ted does hold the gold for the week. Well done. Round of applause for Ted. He owns the gold for the
Thanks,
week.
Mike.
Well done.
Smartest man alive.
There's another guy that says it all.
Buck makes fudge suckers. Fred likes to suck Buck fudge. Buck watches Fred suck his fudge. Buck fudgers and Fred suckers. Or is it Fred fudgers and Buck suckers?
3 songs fast.
Buck makes fudge suckers. Fred likes to watch Buck's fudge. Buck watches Fred suck fudge. Bug fudgers and Fred suckers, or is it Fred fudgers and Buck suckers?
1.
Buck makes fudge suckers. Fred likes to suck Buck's fudge. Buck watches Fred suck his fudge. Buck.
Dad Joke Friday. What do Germans use for contraception?
Yeah, we don't.
I don't know what.
Their personalities.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
So I'm having a very fine time.
Here's one that Jerry sent in. Dad joke from Jerry. Guys, unfortunately, my grief counselor passed away.
He's so good, I didn't even care. Yeah, that's a good one, man.
How does a hamburger introduce his girlfriend?
This is Patty?
Meat Patty. Meat Patty. Okay.
From what I understand, that's like a side job he does, but he's there every year at the F1 Grand Prix in Austin.
Is he wearing the Wonder Bread outfit?
Correct.
Okay.
Like, I think if you Google him, just like, Austin, F1 Austin race, Ricky Bobby, like, he'll show up.
Yeah.
And just gets invited to everything.
Yeah, like the first day we were at the track, we're drinking with these all these Welsh people.
All right.
And that was like one of the first things they said, because they go every year. They were like, have you seen Ricky Bobby yet? We were like, what?
What are you talking
So
about?
it turned in, on race day, we got there really early, and it turned into like a thing. Like, we had to hunt down Ricky Bobby.
And everyone's treating him great.
It was all, there was like a line. Like, I waited in line to take a picture with him.
But you're not sure, like, he's not like F1 sponsored. This is just something that he does.
He lives down in Texas, and again, he might do it on the side as an impersonator.
Yeah.
But I guess just every year for the F1 race, he just shows up at the track, and it's a great thing.
We got to give this a try, man.
I know. There's something to it.
Just figure out the costume and then just walk through town and see what perks we get.
I've seen pictures of Chad Smith with a Chili Pepper drummer dressed in that Wonder Bread costume, playing drums at a Chili Pepper show.
Yeah.
There's an old picture of it somewhere. But, yeah.
You know what we should do? We should dress as jockeys and go down to Emerald Downs.
You think we get special treatment?
I think people would be pumped to see 4 regular size, like jockeys.
Yeah.
Especially you guys over 6 foot.
Oh, yeah.
Researchers have identified a new marine species that they're calling the T-Rex of the sea.
The T-Rex of the sea.
Is that because they have little tiny arms?
Maybe.
They look like CeeLo.
Oh, no.
Do they have a picture of it?
I'm not working on it, man. I don't know what it is.
The T-Rex.
Honestly, it was paywalled, so I wasn't able to see it. So many freaking news stories are paywalled these days, I can't see a doggone thing.
Hate that.
Killing me. Like, spread
Just
the word.
don't share it if it's a paywall.
Right.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
Don't give me the headline.
Yeah.
Like,
I know for a fact when I say Seattle Times, like I can't click on this.
Right.
Oh, no. Well, I don't bother to read it.
I'm going to do it this weekend.
What's that?
If I'm sitting at the bar talking to somebody, like halfway through, I'll go, if you want the rest of the story, it's behind a paywall.
Oh,
right.
there you go.
Subscribe to Ted's bar,
one
buddy.
beer, I'll finish the story for you.
Do it with the joke. Have like a great setup. Like, hey, man, punchline's behind the paywall.
VD told me to randomly walk up to someone over the weekend and go, or if you're at work, and say like,
Oh, yeah.
have they talked to you yet? And just walk away.
Yeah.
Hey, have they talked to you yet? Oh, no, that's awful. Why would he do that? That's so mean.
They talked to you yet?
They talked to you yet?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be
You didn't
back.
hear it from me.
Oh, no.
It'd be funny, too, if somebody just flipped out. Like, I effing knew it. Let's just get it over with.
They found all my porn stash.
Walk right in the office. F you.
Applause. You gotta do it like a man to my face. You want that dog one from yesterday? Like the cops knocked on my door. I said my dog was chasing a kid on a bike.
Oh, no.
I slammed the door. My dog doesn't even own a bike.
What is Disturbed's favorite bottled water? The band Disturbed, what is their favorite bottled water?
Dasini?
I don't know.
Ooh, wah, la, la, la. Or, oh, wah, la, la. Why did the comedian go to the morgue?
Because he was dead?
It was open mic night. How do you kill a person that only listens to 80s soft rock? How do you kill a person that only listens to 80s soft rock?
Softly with his song?
You cut off their air supply.
Okay. All right.
Air supply joke. And finally, my girl told me I was the worst sex that she has ever had.
Oh, yeah?
I told her there's no way to figure that out in 15 seconds. And so when he got back, his entire lawn was covered in a 12-pack that me and my buddy drank. Because, you know, when you're that age and you get beer,
Oh, God.
you
yeah.
can put down 6 quick. I mean, it's just like, this is awesome. Threw them all in his yard. The next day, he tells my buddy the story of what happened the night before. And so Brian spilled the beans to these guys. They were so pissed. Like, these are our best friends.
Right.
And a friend.
Of course they're pissed.
Yeah.
You ruined him getting laid and took his beer.
Correct.
And beer's hard
Dumped
to
out
get
the wine cooler.
when you're underage. Yeah, why did you dump out the wine
Because he didn't want
I'm
to.
pissed.
I didn't want to drink the wine coolers. And I just really just
You got to
wanted-
do that show of force, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
I'm
going
going
to
to
pour
pick
out
the wine coolers
beer.
over the beer. I do get that because the cops do that, right?
It was a 4-pack. So, like,
You're underage and the cops roll
I mean,
up.
it happened to Bernie with real cops, but they poured out everything.
right. And I didn't want
But
to.
he's not a real
I don't
cop,
want to pour out everything. I want that 12-pack of beer.
Right. He wants the beer.
I'm just on your buddy's side. I'm pissed.
I thought I made the right decision at the time because I didn't know what they were going to have in there.
Yeah. Oh, no. I think you did well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I dumped out the wine
I mean,
cooler.
for being a bad friend and stealing their stuff, yes, you made the right decision.
As far as us being able to drink what we wanted.
You would not have been a part of this tent.
No.
Really? Oh,
I know the pain of trying to get a 12-pack underage, and I'm almost about to get laid in a car.
But
and then
Miles
my
sold
buddy
these.
shows up and takes our beer, and I'm like,
No, but I'm saying, look, Miles says to you, hey, Mike and Thrill are on this double date. You're telling me you would not have gone with Miles and taken my beer.
well, yours, yes.
See, that's what I'm saying. Because I'd have done it to you. I'd have
I
been
know
like,
you would have.
in a heartbeat.
Okay.
I've heard the story for years.
He used to make fun of me all the time, and he'd call me a great big P all the time. And so it became a joke that I would tell him, yep, biggest on the peninsula. I got lips flapping in the wind. Anyways, it became a whole joke. And I decided to make a full-body costume. That was a big vulva, basically. It was a bunch of wrinkled pink satiny fabric stuffed all the way around me. Like my head popped through the middle. My head was the clit, so I had a pink hat and pink makeup on. And then it had skin color all the way around that. So it hung down basically to my feet, but it went all the way around my head. And then I had the bright idea to put a squirt gun underneath it. Still. Anyways, just to make fun of him. And then he made me go to the casino one year for Halloween dressed as that. And I was kind of worried. I didn't know how it was going to go. But I won first place, won $1,000.
Oh, did you really?
And I became not only the biggest P on the peninsula, but I became the most expensive.
Yeah. Well, hell, you go to the casino dressed like that, you walk out with a grand, that's a pretty good haul.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room. Wow!
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4536. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk.
Montgomery!
And you are the men's room. On tap today, once again, we'll sit and spin. Today, we hit the road in our traveling old folks' homes with the 10 oldest rock stars that are on tour this summer. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, the men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack.
Drink it and drink.
All right, here we go. Not good when hiking to be trapped under a 16,000-pound rock. Meanwhile, with a 5-inch stick in your eye, it's hard to watch people like a hawk. Edward man tries to elude police jolly old St. Nick style. A Spokane woman finds that a marmot had been living in her attic for a while. And a tiny fugitive leaves King County Police on a brief chase. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, seems like there's this universal agreement that if you die because a shark attacked you, at least you have a badass story. Okay, now, is it cool if you don't die and instead of a shark, you're attacked by a sea lion? Asking for a photographer at this weekend's World Surf League competition in Australia. Turns out the event had to be paused for several hours as a result of a sea lion attacking the photographer. Like I said, they didn't die, but they were in fact injured. Still a cool story? I don't know. Now look, that's scary. But would you rather survive a sea lion attack or survive plummeting to the earth after a small plane tears through your paraglider? That was the case for a woman in Austria. She was paragliding when a plane plowed through her rig just above her head. Now, she did manage to open her emergency chute, but now without pooping herself, and pretty much cursing the whole way down. Her camera was on during the whole ordeal, and she has some choice words. Meanwhile, in Nebraska, there was a much more American-made situation when cops were called after someone reported being shot at a convenience store. Turns out that the culprit was a dog that accidentally fired a shotgun from the back seat of a pickup truck. And then there's comedian Laura Clary. She was almost crushed to death when her 600-pound refrigerator fell over and landed on top of her. She survived, but she did comment that all she could think is, this is the dumbest way anyone could die. I don't know. A woman hiking in Austria was killed by a herd of cows, and a woman in South Carolina, she died when the wind blew an umbrella from a restaurant table that basically slit her throat while she was eating with her husband. Those are stupid ways to die. Now, look, we know you're not dead, but it doesn't mean you haven't gotten close to it. And that's what today's question is all about. Brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. We want to know what became unexpectedly dangerous.
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com. And now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
Start over.
Well, I'm hoping I can nail it. I'd
get
like
back
to
to
stretch
business.
this out and not just have two and miss.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I mean, someone's going to have a great time at the tournament. So, I mean, you know, if you would like to submit something for Ted to get in on that twosome, send us an email to the men's room at KISW.com. Get your tongue twister in. Remember, the idea behind the tongue twister is that if Ted misses, that he will slip up and say a cuss word. All right? That's how we play Ted versus the FCC.
Yeah.
That's what makes it different than a regular tongue twister.
Correct. And if I mess up and you get those tickets, I expect one free hot dog.
All right. Fair enough. Why not? We will also drink and toast the weekend with the shot of the day that is Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
And today we hit the road for the Memorial Day weekend for a Bad Choice Friday. There's exciting news today for gas stations. A lot of Americans are hitting up the pumps for the weekend. AAA released its Memorial Day travel report, and they are predicting a record number of Americans are traveling this year.
Didn't they say that last year?
I think it happens every year.
Every year.
Okay,
right.
So they expect 45 million people to travel this year, up a notch from 2025. The record is 44.8 million, which was set just last year.
All right.
39.1 million drivers will drive this year, 3.7 million will fly, and 2.2 million will use some other form of transportation, bus, train, whatever. Vehicle and air travel are expected to be up from last year, but just barely. However, the other category is supposed to be up more than 5%, and that's possibly due to higher gas prices. Right now, believe it or not, I don't know if I want to tell you this, the national average for a gallon of regular gas was $3.17 on Memorial Day weekend last year.
Damn.
Currently, the national average is $4.56.
That still sounds like a bargain if you live here.
So, right, for us.
You should also choose your departure time wisely, they say, to avoid traffic jams. In general, there tends to be less traffic early in the morning. If you leave around noon, AAA says you should expect some delays. So with the record number of travelers out on the road, we're picking some road songs for the Memorial Day weekend. First and foremost, the one and only Lindsey Buckingham.
Song.
It's in every vacation movie, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I never knew it was Lindsey Buckingham.
Sure. From Fleetwood Mac.
I'm not positive. I really knew Lindsey Buckingham until they started putting him on that skit on SNL.
And SNL? Yeah.
And then it's like, you know his music.
That he absolutely...
And then I found out he was in Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Is he the only one that didn't have sex with the singer?
No. He had
plenty.
Yeah, he had plenty of sex with her.
Yeah, plenty of sex with
Oh,
her.
lots of
Oh, yeah.
Lots of sex with her.
Did she sleep with everybody in that band?
Probably
Just
not
the dudes.
Probably not John McVie because he was married to Christine McVie.
Yeah, but didn't he step out on her or something? Or?
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, look, everyone in that band. Yeah.
Exactly. Lindsey Buckingham and Holiday Road taking on Eddie Rabbit.
Oh, that's the song.
Because you think you like Love a Rainy Night.
Yeah.
But he's got a few bangers, that Eddie Rabbit guy.
Yeah, this song makes you want to put the top down and cruise the beach.
Turn that up for me, Mike.
Turn it up.
That's right. Eddie Rabbit and Driving My Life Away taking on Lindsey Buckingham and Holiday Road. There are your choices on a Bad Choice Friday. Vote now if you follow us on X at Men's Room Live. Which one do you want? Tough call, isn't it?
I'm taking Eddie Rabbit, man.
I mean, they're both great songs. I don't know, man. I might go with the Rabbit today.
Yeah, I'm thinking Eddie Rabbit all the way.
Since I ran over that family of bunnies with my lawnmower, I'm going to go Eddie
You
Rabbit.
owe him one, yeah.
Eddie Rabbit, that's right.
You owe him one.
Try to get one back in the win column.
Like you owe him a few.
Yeah, exactly. And today on the question, why was what someone was wearing important to the story? Now, we have a bunch of different stories that have taken place recently where people are wearing different attire.
And that's kind of what makes the story.
It really does. And look, it could be anything from a bikini malfunction to a lot of different things out there. But what you're wearing is going to be important to the story. Okay? So we'll start with this one. If you're wondering how the Easter Bunny moves around the country so fast, this could be a clue. In Florida, a 29-year-old man on a motorcycle named Dalton Hubert was arrested after leading police on a high-speed chase earlier this month. He was clocked at 120 miles per hour. Strange part is that he was dressed as a bunny at the time. It wasn't a full body suit, but it was an elaborate helmet which featured giant plush ears, blue eyes, and a pink nose. There was a hole where the mouth would be to look through. He is facing charges of reckless driving, felony fleeting, and eluding law enforcement, speeding more than 50 miles per hour over the speed limit and having a weapon during the commission of a felony. So he probably is going to be locked up for a while. What was the guy? Probably been maybe a year or two. And you'd see him every once in a while. He had more of a motocross style bike. So more knobbies on the tires. He was driving around. It's kind of like more of one of those type bikes.
The guy in the green outfit.
And someone ran him off the road or he got into a crash or I don't know exactly what happened. but he was laid up for a while. But I used to see that guy constantly. He was like, not like a Green Grover, but kind of that look.
It kind of looked like Oscar the Grouch.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, he would fly downtown. I mean, at least once a week, be out there smoking. And, I mean, he just zipped by.
He had
And
wings on his back.
You were just happy to see him. It's so ridiculous, but that is what he wore. I mean, top to bottom.
Yeah, it was.
He got hit?
Something happened to him, man.
Damn.
Let me see if I can find this. Motorcycle guy, Seattle.
I don't know why that's
accident.
funny. Just because he's wearing that outfit, man. Like, somehow you feel worse.
I'm not familiar with him.
You never saw this guy?
No.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know if he worked down here or lived down here, but he was downtown pretty frequently.
I think his name was Fluffy. He's on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
If it will come up.
Nice.
Maybe Fluffy's. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Fluffy. Ah, crap.
Yeah, that
guy.
Yeah.
You ever seen that guy?
No.
Oh, yeah. I've seen him all the time. Something happened to him, though. Like, he got hit and run crash leaves Fluffy the Dragon injured. There you go. There's a story right there.
Fluffy the Dragon.
Fluffy the Dragon.
He was a victim of a hit and run. There he is right there. Fluffy the Dragon. You never seen Fluffy?
No.
Okay.
I wonder if I ever ran into him at like one of those backfire
So
events.
this accident happened in 2024 in August. He says, I guess it's better than being dead, but it's not ideal. He said he's in a lot of pain. This is, again, a couple years ago. Makes a lot of people happy what I do. It's really the only job in my life that makes me happy. Makes other people happy, too. He is Fluffy the Dragon. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there
Fluffy. All right. Story number 3. Fredericksburg police are investigating a suspect in an animal suit seen chasing children. Fredericksburg police are investigating reports that a person in an animal costume chased children near a bus stop on May 14th. In a Facebook post, Mary Camuso reported that her 2 children and their classmates, they get off the school bus and spotted someone in a pink animal costume. An image shared in the post shows a person in a pink animal costume, a flannel jacket, and brown boots. Once the bus left the area, the person in costume reportedly chased the group of 4 children. He chased after all 4 kids and tried to grab a little girl, who was the slowest. Her sister pulled her away, and they got away. A car drove by them, scaring him, and he turned and ran away. The post said the suspect's costume had a tear in the face near the eye. The children could glimpse the person's face through the tear. They said he looked like a man and had facial hair and a tan complexion. The police department
Looks like
thinks
the
he's...
Pink Panther.
Yes,
Kind of,
exactly.
yeah.
They still haven't caught this guy.
No. Well, I'm sure he's not walking around in the costume.
Based on the fact that he, was wearing that. And one more story. WRGB reports that the Albany County Sheriff's Office responded to a domestic incident on Saturday. Deputies arriving at the home on Jubilee Road about 7:30 found one Anthony Papula. He was arrested after attempting to stab a male family member with a knife, according to the sheriff. He allegedly struck the victim in the leg with his car door before fleeing the area. He was found afterward and detained by police and was transferred into custody. At the time, he was wearing a cow costume, according to the sheriff. It is unclear why he was wearing the bovine outfit, they told the Times-Union, but such behavior appears to be expected from him. The victim, whose name was not released, was refused treatment. He refused treatment by the EMS. He was charged with second-degree attempted assault, second-degree reckless endangerment, blah, 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 blah. He was arraigned in Sunday and then released. But they have no idea why he was... Such behavior appears to be expected from him.
That's what I'm saying. That says it all.
That is the weirdest part of the story right there. To get beaten up and stabbed by someone who
dressed as a cow.
Was dressed as a cow. Yeah. So our question, why was what someone was wearing important to the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Mary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, you're letting me back on after yesterday?
I mean, maybe.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh, God, this might be a regular thing. But as far as the wearing something, last Friday, not this Friday, my 15, soon-to-be 16-year-old granddaughter, who wanted me to drive her to school, decided to leave early and walk and disappear for the weekend. So then when I had to call 911 to report her missing, what was she wearing? Oh, I don't know. I know what she was wearing when she came back. I don't know if that's what she was wearing when she left.
You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the tolls, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4536. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat, the exciting return of Sit and Spin today. As the old folks hit the road over the summer, we have for you the 10 oldest rock stars that are on tour this summer. Now, Mike, I know you put some in there that they're not exactly old, but we're going to try to guess their age anyway.
Correct. You know, a lot of the ones that are on this tour, they're kind of a similar age, and so I wanted to mix it up a little bit. So we got some of your favorites in there as well.
Now, we know it can't be for the money with a lot of these guys.
No, I want to say like Rod Stewart's out there.
And he's 80-some years old.
Is he that old?
I think he's close.
He seems like he's just kind of always on tour.
He just likes it. I mean, I think Miles is right. That dude has so much money. It is unbelievable. Residuals. I mean, they use his songs in commercials. Like, he ain't hurting for money. That is a dude who just likes going out there and getting laid.
Is it that you like going out on the road, or you don't like where you live at home?
Didn't he just have a kid recently?
Well, I'm just saying
like, at his age might be like, I know you
have a fun job. I know it's a cool job.
It's cool.
But some of these guys go on tour for a year, if not longer.
Yeah.
You know, you have to remember, I mean, hell, even Guns N' Roses, they're in their 60s.
I know. God,
I mean, so, you don't think of them as like being the Rolling Stones, but when the Stones go out, and they're going to come out with a new album here in a month.
Yeah, they're going out forever.
They will be on tour for another year.
At least.
They will travel the world. And
definitely not for the money.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they know how to do anything else, and they like it. Right? You know, like, they're married, they go home, they have kids, and it's like, all right, that's a domestic thing, but like, I like my job. I tour for a year. Yeah. I'll be back.
But is it your wife? Like Ringo Starr's wife. She's famous.
Is she?
Yeah. He married somebody famous. They probably been married for 30 years.
So famous? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. She was like an either actress back in the day, whatever. Like, is she going like, please, leave the house. Go away from me. Like, I don't want to deal with you anymore. Or is he like, you know what? I'm just going to go out or do they tour together? Who knows? You know, I really don't know.
Oh, he's married to Barbara Bach.
Yeah, you remember Barbara Bach?
I do, for sure.
She related to Sebastian?
No, she's a little more in our wheelhouse. As far as growing up and seeing her on TV.
Daisy Duke?
I think she may have been.
Is that
Daisy
who she
Duke.
was?
That woman's last name was Bach, but I don't know if
That was Catherine.
That was Catherine Bach.
Yeah.
All right, this is Barbara Bach.
Let's see. She was in The Spy Who Loved Me. That tells you all you need to know.
Okay.
She was a Bond girl. We can stop there.
Yeah. Now, why would he want to leave her? That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, I mean, either way, 10 oldest rock stars on tour this summer coming up at 4:30 as we will sit and spin. And today we're going to talk about danger. Now, obviously, you know that situations could get a little bit weird depending on what you're doing. But oftentimes, you don't expect the surprise element of something being risky or dangerous that you didn't expect to be in the hospital. Didn't expect for your day to go that way.
Or it's not the danger you prepared for. Like we have the guy that's a photographer for a surfing contest in Australia. So you know the top thought on his mind, sharks.
I would think.
There's no question about it. Maybe saltwater crocodiles, right? Why not? Freaking sea lion. And the thing is, like, it seems funny until you see the size of a sea lion and realize, and we don't know why, the sea lion was pissed. It was pissed off at him. And in that situation, you're prepared. So the thing is, like, you might say, all right, I got shark repellent, or I'm going to punch it in the eye, or whatever they tell you to do when these things attack. Well, now it's a sea lion. So anything you thought you trained for is completely out the window.
Yeah. I mean, hell, even if it was just me doing the Discovery Park loop.
Yeah.
And letting one of the dogs do zoomies, which I know I shouldn't have done it. It was in that flat part up there by the cliff. Next thing I know, I'm climbing over a cliff trying to rescue a dog. Yeah, I'm just trying to do 2.5 miles walking around this damn thing, doing like, I'm going to get some exercise in and do the loop. Next thing I know, man, I'm hanging on to trees. I'm dog crawling with a dog. I'm trying to hold this thing.
Right.
That dog was at least 50 pounds.
At least.
He was a big dog, man. And he went straight over that cliff. And the next thing, and I'm terrified of heights. I mean, it took every bit of me to try to stand up and be a man that day.
Yeah.
Because I just, I did not want to do it.
I'd have been like, the dog's gone, and it's so sad.
I'm going to miss him.
Yeah. You're going to miss him a lot.
There was a guy last week who ended up somewhere down that cliff.
Oh, yeah.
He had to be rescued. Same idea. But he wasn't going after a dog. He voluntarily did that. That would not have been my choice. Not how I want to spend my day.
Of course.
And by the time I got to the top, I was so just pissed off. I mean, I was fuming because my heart was palpitating. I'm out of breath. it was basically an army crawl up this mountain.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing onto trees. The earth beneath me is letting go because it's pretty well just silt.
Yeah.
Or whatever the deal is. Yeah, I thought I was going to die that day. And all I did was just take 2 dogs and try to walk them around.
And no offense, that dog sucked.
Get some exercise. Next thing I know, man, I'm hanging onto a tree off of a cliff.
Yeah.
So that sucked. Speaking of dogs, we go to Scotts Bluff, Nebraska. This is not how this person's day thought it was going to go. They responded to an unusual call this past Saturday after someone reported a person had been shot at a convenience store. Now, at first, the officers believed that someone had shot a person with a BB gun at the shortstop convenience store. However, while en route to the scene of the shooting, they were informed that it was actually a shotgun that had been fired. They would later learn that a dog had accidentally fired the shotgun. Okay? So here's how this goes down. According to Scotts Bluff Police, officers were directed to a truck with a camper attached when they arrived at the scene. Upon inspection, they found that the truck's passenger side door panel had sustained damage consistent with a shotgun blast. Now, the truck's owner reportedly pulled into the convenience store with a dog in his back seat. Now, when he went inside to go get whatever he was getting, the wiener dog shifted from one side of the vehicle to the other. The dog then triggered a shotgun with a live shell in the chamber.
There's your problem.
All right. Now, they're at the convenience store. He's inside, dog's in the car, shotgun blast. There is a woman who is driving her car. She is at a red light.
Yeah.
All right. Right by the convenience store. She has her arm out the window. Window rolled down, arm out the window, driving her car. She gets shot in the shoulder. Hit her in her upper right arm. A family member drove her to the Regional West Medical Center for treatment. Her condition is unclear, but authorities do not believe the injury to be life-threatening, fortunately. A police spokesman told a local radio station the incident is under investigation, and they are also reminding people in the state of Nebraska, you can't have a loaded gun inside your vehicle.
Yeah, it's just a bad idea.
Which I'm not sure. So, for example, if there's a carry law.
All right.
So when you get in your car, you need to take the bullets out of the chamber. Is that what I'm understanding?
I would think if you're going to leave it unattended in your car, particularly with a dog in the back, absolutely.
Okay. I just don't know the rules.
I don't know. So Nebraska, it specifically says you can't have a loaded car in your weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Can't have a loaded shotgun inside of a vehicle.
In the trunk?
Yeah. I mean,
it's still in the vehicle.
That's not an open carry state, I'm assuming.
I don't know.
I generally assume if somebody's open carry, then they're loaded.
I mean, to me, it doesn't matter, open carry or not. If you got a dog in the back seat, don't put your gun in the back seat with the dog.
Did you see a picture of this?
You'd probably at least have the safety on.
That's all I'm saying. Even if the dog actually steps on the thing and shoots you in the back while you're driving. Like, to me, look, you know your dog's in the car. You know your gun is loaded. Just put it somewhere the dog can't get it. And treat it like your child.
Have you seen the picture of this dog, Sean?
No.
It's just one of those things, man, where they just had that look about them like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I messed up.
They're pretty smart.
Yeah, they were like, look.
Oh,
this guy.
I mean,
I don't know if that's him.
Well, those have been 4 or 5 different stories, and this is the same.
It's always the same dog giving side eye.
Same dog, giving a side eye. So I don't know what the hell's going on there.
So, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to shoot you in the shoulder.
I know.
It's ridiculous. Like, my bad. I messed up. You know the dog knows. I mean, anybody around a shotgun, when it goes off, if you believe you're the one who did it, I mean, you know something's messed up. Now we go down to Oregon and Mount Hood. A climber was pinned beneath a massive boulder near Timberline Lodge on Mount Hood. He was rescued Sunday morning after a multi-agency effort that included technical rescuers, air medical crews, and a specialized surgical team. Now,
does that mean amputation?
I was thinking the same thing.
Because to me, I feel like you would specialize in amputation.
Right. And if you're pinned under a boulder, you know the movie.
Right. What was it? 127 days?
Guy cut off.
How many? Hours. Right. Jesus.
He cut off his arm.
I made a much.
He's probably dead at 127 days.
But he did it himself.
You got to eat food.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're not making a movie out of you because help arrived. This guy had to go find help. And what was it? His hand he cut off?
Yes.
Or it was his hand?
It was his arm. His hand got stuck in between the rock and the hard place there.
Yeah.
Clackamas Fire gave their account of the rescue and provided more pictures, including a photo of the boulder. This happened Sunday morning about 10:20. They responded to a mutual aid request to help rescue an injured climber. A bunch of different battalions and rescue squads showed up on foot via a snowcat. Some of them came in to reach the patient. Rescuers found the climber pinned under a boulder, estimated to weigh 16,000 pounds.
Damn.
The boulder fell during a minor rock slide, and a large crowd of bystanders tried to help, but the boulder could not be moved. The sheriff's office said the climber was conscious. He was able to communicate, but the circumstances and potential severity of the injuries prompted a more complex response. Now, as rescuers built a system to lift the boulder, others contacted Lifelight to activate a specialized field surgical team. It's not what you want to hear.
No.
They dispatched an aircraft to the scene and sent a second helicopter to the landing pad. They had surgeons ready to go to the hospital. They assembled medical equipment, loaded it onto the Lifelight helicopter. At about 12:30, as the second helicopter circled the scene to land, the technical rescue team freed the climber and moved the injured person to a first helicopter for transport to an area hospital. He is being treated and is expected to recover. God, there was about 15 agencies. But they don't say he's expected to recover. He was being treated. I mean, look, man, you can lose a leg and,
And you'll recover.
you'll recover.
Sure.
Just without a leg.
Did they say, do we know what body part got stuck under the boulder?
No. But the size of the boulder.
I mean, 16,000 pounds, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, that's, well, hell, man, we told the story when we were up in Alaska.
Yeah.
The last part of this hike we were doing on a mountain was basically a rock scramble. Kind of like the guy, I don't know if you saw pictures of the guy who was rescued off the top of Mount Si last week.
Yeah,
he was up there in a hailstorm.
Yeah.
I don't know why he decided to do haystack, but that was his idea. That was kind of like the last portion to get up to the top of this mountain. We were in Alaska. It was also foggy. It was cloudy. So coming down the mountain, you just hear people yell, "Rock!"
And you can feel it coming.
And you hear, "Doom, da-doom, da-doom," then, whew. You're like, whoa, how close was that? Because you couldn't really see too well.
The one was kind of close. Like, once they yell rock, they're like, just get up. And you get up because it's finding the path of least resistance, which is also the path that you're typically taking down. So you jump out of the way. And it was about the size of a basketball. So
that's what I was going to say. It's a bowling ball size rock.
It doesn't sound big, but when you see this thing and hear this thing bouncing off of the rocks around you, you're like, that would take you the F out, right? And I want to say a boulder technically is a rock that's only 10 inches around.
Right.
So
now,
this hit that, but I'm like, that little ass rock, you'd be done, man.
When I did Rainier, it was...
they're very loose with the term boulder or like rock when it like lands somewhere. I was driving to Leavenworth once and the road's closed and they were just like, yeah, a boulder fell on the road. Now I found out the next day it was like the size of a school bus.
Yeah, it's still a boulder.
Just like we need a different road for what a rock.
We do.
Like, is that still a boulder? Like what you guys had come by you? Boulder.
But when you say boulder, in my mind, it's the size of the thing you're talking about. Right. Then you found out a boulder, honestly, it's a rock, 10 inches around or bigger. But you're right, it's kind of like the hurricane system, right? Is it a 1 through 5 category or tornadoes? Is it an F1 or an F5? Because it's still a tornado, but there's a big difference. If someone said, what kind of boulder do you want to get hit with? Well, none, but I would take the one we saw in Alaska versus the one that pinned that mofo down.
Yeah. And they're all just boulders.
Yeah.
So my Rainier trip was late in the summer, and we didn't make it to the top. We got stuck at Muir for 3 days.
Yeah.
The weather was horrible, over 100-mile-an-hour winds. The snow started to come down immediately when we were going up the snowfield. But because it was so late in the summer, it might even have been the first weekend in September.
I think it was Labor Day weekend.
Which is not the ideal time to try it. It's probably one of the last windows that, depending on the year. But anyway, so the switchbacks getting up the glacier, you were basically just zigzagging back and forth because the crevasses were so big and so wide. You had to find the most narrow point where you could jump over with a 60-pound pack on your back and, it's crampons and, plastic boots. Not ideal jumping attire, right? But you have to do it. And you look down on these holes, and they're endless. It's just the most beautiful blue you've ever seen, but it's just...
blue that'll kill you.
There's a stream down there somewhere, freezing cold water, and, man, you just don't know how deep these things are, but they're massive. So, in 3 days that we're up there, it probably dump maybe 4 feet of snow.
Yeah.
All right, somewhere in there. Now, coming back down, I know that some of those gaps were 30 feet across.
Mm-hmm. And now you can't see them.
I can't see them. And we're all roped up, and the storm is still there. So we're still walking down like it was basically at one point in time. I dropped the glove. I looked up. Everyone was gone.
Right.
You know, they were gone. I was like, okay, so now I'm following their post holes to get down this thing. But I mean, that to me, just knowing, it's kind of like the game Don't Break the Ice.
Except you might die in this
Right.
one.
And like if you just pop down in a hole, no one's gonna know.
No.
I mean, you're just going to go straight through, like, thump, and you're gone.
It happens.
And I'm this is going through my mind. I'm like, because I remember how big those gaps were. It's a beautiful snowfield,
Right.
And I'm just like, man, I know what's under there, man. I'm just kind of like taking my ice axe and just like kind of feeling through this like an old man in a cane walking down the sidewalk. Like, oh God, I'm going to die. What became unexpectedly dangerous? 206-803-ROCK. A former college professor and literacy advocate who is asking voters to bypass both parties and handwrite pencil on their ballots to protest Oregon's worst in the nation 4th grade reading scores.
Damn.
The costume candidate, he cannot legally become governor, but he hopes a visible write-in protest will pressure leaders to overhaul how kids are taught to read. Sends a message that if pencils start showing up in the primary, that the governors might want to pay attention to the issue and maybe start doing something. This is an indictment of the people who are running our state, he says. Our question, why was what someone was wearing important to the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, it was a few years ago. I'm on my way to a party, and I pull up to a parking lot in there a little early, and I'm rolling a couple of party favors for the party. And this random guy just kind of walks up to my window, and he's asking me if I have jumper cables. His car battery's dead. He left his lights on. I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, no, I really just want to get this off my lap so you're not, this is before everything is legal. I'm like, no, I don't have jumper cables. But I was like, I saw his car look like a manual. So I was like, is yours a stick by chance? And he said, yeah. So I was like, well, do you know how to push start it? He didn't know what I was talking about. So I was like, well, if you don't mind, let me get in your car. We're kind of on an incline. Give me a little push. So he's like, okay. So I get out of my car. Little did he know, I'm on my way to a Halloween party, and I'm dressed. I'm not sure if you've ever seen the show Doug, the cartoon show back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was Quail Man.
Oh, okay.
And
All right.
What does that guy look like? What's the description of this guy?
It's Doug with a belt wrapped around his head, and it's got the little floop up like a quail.
Okay.
Yeah, it's lame, but I loved it.
Yeah, it was the best Halloween costume I ever made. And I had the buff costume on, I had the cape on and everything, and I was literally his superhero that day and time because he had no other choice. It was fun.
Okay.
All right.
And you got the car started, right?
I got the car started. He has the manager at Supercuts and told me to get a free haircut anytime.
Oh, nice.
All right.
He's telling that story, too. Like, man, this weird dude got out of the car and helped me out.
Well, and costumes make a difference, right? Like back in the day when Summer Meltdown was still going, they started with themes. So back in the day, Saturday was just costume night.
Yeah.
So I remember once sitting there, and we're in the beer garden, and my buddy's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm watching Zeus and his wife play beer pong. Right? Because he was just dressed as Zeus, and his wife was dressed as like a whatever goddess. And it was just one of those things. Like, I know they're regular people, but watching them, it was like, this is kind of cool.
It is. It makes everything unique.
Yeah.
Detectives and a Department of Fish and Wildlife biologist saw right through a scam involving a human in a bear costume. Authorities said, and now 3 people in California, they have been sentenced for insurance fraud. The California Insurance Department said the 3 staged fake attacks by a person in a bear suit inside a Rolls-Royce and 2 Mercedes in 2024. Then they submitted fraudulent claims seeking nearly $142,000 in payouts from insurance companies. According to the captain, Eric Hood, who led the investigation, he didn't think the insurance department had seen such a case in his 20 years on the job. It is definitely unique. Two LA area men and a woman pleaded no contest to felony insurance fraud, and they were sentenced to a weekend in jail, followed by probation, and they had to pay over $50,000 in restitution. They were accused of providing several videos from the San Bernardino Mountains of a bear moving inside of the vehicles to the insurance companies as part of their damage claims.
Right.
Photos provided by the insurance department show what appears to be scratches on the seats and doors. The biologist reviewing the footage, he concluded that's not a bear. Detectives found a bear costume in a search of the suspect's home, according to the department. Our question, why was what someone was wearing important to the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, my brother.
Hola.
Long-time listener, multiple-time caller.
Wonderful.
Can I say something before we start, please?
Sure.
Okay, I'd just like to say on my fellow Chiefs out there, go out and celebrate and see your brothers that are not with us anymore.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend, brother. That's what it's about. Not just buying
here's
new
my
mattresses.
story.
Or eating hot dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, following that, I served in the military, joined the 77. In 1989, I made Chief Petty Officer, which is a really big deal in the military. I don't know if it is nowadays. They all wear the same uniforms. But we switched uniforms from our dungarees to khakis, and it was a big deal. It was like a college hazing event. For like 30 days, all the chiefs on the base screwed with me. So
How so?
they made me, I was an air crewman, so my costume, I had to dress up as a flight attendant.
Okay.
So I had the blazer, the white shirt, the skirt, the nylon, the little shoes, all that. I mean, I went full tilt.
Did you have to do it every day, everywhere you went?
No, this was just for one special event where they brought all female chiefs in, master chiefs, senior chiefs, regular chiefs, and I was supposed to strip down
And did
out
you?
of my flight attendant costume and entertain the female chiefs. So what I did is I had a big, large female sex toy. I don't know if you can say it on.
I think we know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, I had that strapped in there, and they had all these female chiefs and seniors and masters, and there's some crusty ones. So when I dropped my skivvies drawers, I had this big, long tube. I swear to gosh, some of them were drooling.
Nice work.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got back at them for making me wear that crap.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
Yep. Why was what someone was wearing important to the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Like you said, there's some crusty ones. Like, you're a dude in nylon.
Yeah, I mean, just the same. You know. We, speaking of dressing in drag, so my buddy Tony, notoriously late to everything. And we were a foursome. We're going to go bowling. Tony's going to meet us. 3 of us are already together. Tony's going to meet us, and we're going to go to the bowling alley together. Of course, we get the phone call from Tony. I'm running late. It's a guarantee. And it's so freaking annoying because it's everything. So my buddy Paul's like, F it, man. Let's meet him at the bowling alley. I'm like, well, okay. He said, but we're dressing in drag. So we go through his mom's closet, man. We were lipstick. We got dresses on and all this. So Tony has no idea this is going to happen. So the 3 of us roll to the bowling alley. You get a few looks, but for the most part, it's good-natured. People just kind of chuckle, and we start bowling. Tony gets there about 45 minutes later, and he walks right by us. He doesn't realize that it's us because, again, we're in drag. So we all just, Tony. The look on his face, because now he's the only one dressed normal, so now it makes it worse for him, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he had shown up in drag, it would have been better for him. So he's the one normal dressed guy. We're waving to him. He looks mortified. And then now everyone in the bowling alley is looking at him like he's the freak. So he walks over and he's just like, what are you guys doing? Paul's like, it's because you're late. It's like, you guys dressed in drag because I'm late? We said, yeah. Are you embarrassed? He goes, I'm very embarrassed. We said, that's the point. This only happened because you're running late.
Is he still late all the time? Do you know?
I don't know.
Doesn't he play gigs and stuff? I mean, wouldn't that be a bad look to not show up?
He does play gigs. He plays gigs like 5 nights a week, man. And he's always there on time.
Okay, all right, okay.
Best guitar player I've ever seen. But anything, if it's not specifically a performance, he's not going to be on time. He probably died 2 years ago. He just hasn't got around to being dead yet. I mean, that's the way he is.
Right, because, like, you always talk about Batman, but I think he shows up to work on time.
Oh, yeah, Batman gets to work. By the way, I did find out Batman's kid was like... So Batman's kid is going to go to the same high school as my son, all right? And they had like a parent initiation, whatever the hell they called, a couple of months ago. So I see him there, and I was like, dude, we were just talking about you yesterday. You're saying how Batman's always late. And he's like, dude, I got my kid to school 15 minutes late yesterday. I'm like, what is it with you? He's like, I don't know. I'm just always late. But like the trend continues. So I'm like, look, man, you got to make sure your kid gets to school on time. This is high school now. You're going to be a freshman. You can't be late all the time. And he's just like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have other friends. Like, some people show up early, but my buddy Cobb, he shows up on time.
He
like,
strikes
sometimes
me as
I'm
someone
convinced he'll like walk around the block so that
just to be on the nose.
Just to be on the nose. But like when we tape the podcast, like if it's past 2 minutes or 3 minutes late and he's not there, it almost worries me.
I can believe it.
So I'm like, something must have happened. It's always on time.
Yeah.
Why was what someone was wearing important to the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Lauren. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, guys.
Hola.
Man, first-time caller.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks. So I'm coming up on my best friend, my brother, for a long time. He just died about 3 years ago. But when he was alive, he used to make fun of me all the time, and he'd call me a great big P all the time. And so it became a joke that I would tell him, yep, biggest on the peninsula. I got lips flapping in the wind. Anyways, it became a whole joke. And I decided to make a full-body costume. That was a big vulva, basically. It was a bunch of wrinkled pink satiny fabric stuffed all the way around me. Like my head popped through the middle. My head was the clit, so I had a pink hat and pink.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Talking about the stuff that became unexpectedly dangerous. This doesn't have to be, paragliding or doing anything crazy or climb down a mountain. Our own Robin Fox came in one day with a huge bandage around her hand. Mm-hmm. Like, what the hell happened to you, man? She completely sliced her hand open, opening up a jar of pickles.
No. And even if she'd done it successfully, she just would have had an open jar of pickles. But instead, she had to go to a doctor.
Yes.
And get the thing stitched back together.
And all that stuff.
Because it cut deep in her palm. I brought this up before, and it's the one time I've been to the Hamptons. It's for someone's wedding, and when I met this person was this girl, because I was struggling art student, blah, blah, blah. I did not know what the Hamptons were until we got there. I had no idea she came from this money. And it turns out her mother had the money. So I pulled up the story of her mother. Okay, so we have a little inside information because I actually met her and she told me the scenario. Just keep in mind, when this happened back on May 30th, 1985, she was walking through Manhattan looking for a job. That is like the least dangerous thing you could do. Like she's beating the pavement because back in those days, you didn't have the internet and all that. So she's literally walking down the street in Manhattan just looking for help wanted signs. That is why she was there. And that's when a 35-ton construction crane collapsed on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, pinning the 49-year-old widow named Brigitte Gurney beneath it. She was trapped for 6 hours while emergency crews worked on a live rescue. Quick thing I'll point out that I know to be true of this. She was also read her last rites twice.
Oh, really?
Oof. Yeah, they don't include that in the story, but as she's telling the story, she thought she was going to die, but New York City also thought she was going to die. A priest came out and gave her last rites on 2 occasions. But as the story continues, she has 2 children at the time, 14-year-old daughter Nina. That's who I knew. Obviously, Nina was a little older when I met her, like 22 maybe, somewhere around there. So this had happened years previous, and an 11-year-old son. Anyway, her rescue made national headlines while trapped and fearing that she would not survive. She asked a police officer to tell her children that she loved them. I know for a fact that he did do that because at this point, the kids who were in school are alerted to the fact that their mom is trapped under a crane down count. So, the perspective is I think she was a freshman in high school. And she's like, sure enough, a police officer showed up and said, look, I have terrible news. And he made it sound like her mom had already died. But she didn't. So they say, thanks to microsurgery and 13 operations, her legs were saved and she eventually learned to walk again. But the incident did prompt significant changes in New York City's building safety protocols. All of this leads up to the fact that her mom, the woman who got crushed by this construction crane, did pass away at the age of 85 back in 2021.
Okay.
But, like, that's the story. But just hearing it from the other side, Nina, the woman I knew, she's like, oh, yeah, I'm visiting in high school and I'm told my mom has died. And then another officer is finding her brother in middle school, or I guess elementary school, whatever, to give him the same news. They take us downtown. Her mom was still alive. They would not let her and her brother talk to her mom. Because, again, she's pinned under the crane. There's rescue people.
Oh, so they were there on the location.
They ended up showing up to the location. They think their mom's going to die. The good news is mom didn't die. But both I think you can find this video on YouTube now, but she was interviewed by Barbara Walters. All right, keep my friend. So she's 14, her brother's 11 at the time. And I'm like, oh, man, that's crazy, because it was a big story. She was like F Barbara Walters. She was not.
Oh.
I don't remember. It had something to do with the questions.
All right.
I think Nina's perspective was, I'm still a kid, and I recognize that I am a kid. I know that Barbara Walters was, quote, unquote, a hard-hitting reporter at the time.
Willie Hutt?
Yeah. But she's like, maybe Barbara Walters doesn't interview children. Yeah. But, yeah, she is not a fan. And so as I did a little more investigating, they even point out the mom died back in 2021, but because they're a prominent family, Nina basically stays very, very private.
Oh, well, good for her.
Like, her brother's written a couple of articles from New Yorker and all this kind of stuff, but like Nina just stays private somewhere in Maine. And I'm like, well, if you want to be private, Maine's a good place to do it. But yeah, it's the story of her mom, and it's just crazy because I had vaguely remembered hearing that story. You know, I'm a kid at the time too, so it's a national story, but you kind of hear it. And then to meet the woman, not knowing you're going to meet her, and she's like, yeah, I was looking for work. Just immigrated from Liechtenstein, of all places. Her husband had died like 3 years previous. So she's like, I had no income. I just had my kids. We got to America. We had no money. I think they were staying in like one of those hourly motels at the time, right? Like an immigrant story. They were broke. She's looking for
I just
work.
figured everybody from Liechtenstein was loaded.
No, you would think
because
so.
of the banking system.
I think her husband may have been kind of loaded, but none of that money seemed to trickle to the family. And then she got hit by a 70,000-pounder crane. And next day, she did all right.
And she wasn't even doing it like, she's just walking.
She is literally
right? But I mean, you could
downtown.
just go like with our question, like you could be driving your car up to say Alpental to snowboard.
Yeah.
Now there's an inherent risk when you get on a mountain and you're snowboarding.
Yeah.
You know that going into
you know it.
But if somebody like rear ends you on I-90, you're gonna be like, you got to be kidding me.
Right. That's what's gonna piss you off.
Right. Like we didn't get hurt snowboarding or whatever, but we got hurt just getting there.
Well, I mean, even walking through Manhattan, like you might feel, I'm going to get mugged. I'm going to get jumped. It's New York in the 80s, right? That wouldn't be out of the question. And I'm sure, I don't know if she took precautions with like pepper spray, but I promise you she was aware of it. Had her head on a swivel, you know, looking for shady character. It's like, no, a crane's going to fall on your ass.
Well, also, skiing is one of those things that's just look, if you like it, you like it. I'm not trying to S on skiing, but I will say this. You know, when they say, like, the mountains are going to be crappy this weekend or whatever the deal is, or, you know, there's the passes might close. It's going to be nasty up there, you know?
Right.
That's where the skiers go. It's like, I would do everything in my power to avoid going anywhere near that area. The highest point on that range where there's a ski slope and the weather's S, and I'm driving there and then I'm going to drive home. Like, that would be the place that I would avoid. So
it is.
To me, it's like, you know, skiers are a different breed as far as...
I mean, look, my thing...
I mean, it's not always like that. But when it does start snowing and it's fresh, people try to get their asses up.
Especially if there's a powder day and it has been a slow year.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so crowded.
It is.
And you're right, though. Like, generally, if somebody said, hey, do you want to drive over the pass today? There's going to be a blizzard up there. No chance.
No.
But when I was snowboarding, if somebody said, hey, I'm going to drive us up there in the storm so we can get some turns in, I'd be like, yeah, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's bizarre. We stay in the kitchen for this one. Laura Clary says her fridge almost killed her. The comedian, actor, and author, known for her roles on shows including Two Broke Girls, said she was at home alone with her two young children when her roughly 600-pound refrigerator tipped and trapped her, pinning her lower back and hips against a kitchen island. In video shared on Instagram, Cleary is seen on a stretcher and in an ambulance, asking firefighters to confirm what happened. She later wrote that it became difficult to breathe, and she was thinking this is the dumbest way that anyone has ever died. She said the 3 firefighters that freed her handled everything like absolute heroes, and she is forever grateful. She said doctors were surprised she escaped without any broken bones, though she does remain bruised and sore. Let's see here. On Facebook, she described the fridge as a large French door model that is supposed to be mounted into the wall.
I think we might have the same fridge because we have the French door model. It is abnormally large. It's not deep, but it's very tall.
Yeah.
But it has to weigh probably at least 600 pounds.
She said she saw it start to shift after her son was climbing up it, and the fridge toppled onto her when she tried to push it back into place. I couldn't move, she said. I tried to push it off, and it didn't even slightly bulge. I felt like pushing against a building. She said she wants to sue the contractors who installed the fridge. It nearly killed me, and it could have absolutely killed my child. This should never have been possible to happen. This was negligence, she said. Most terrifying night of her life. It hurts to walk, and I feel like I got hit by a truck that also lives in my kitchen. But I'm okay. My kids are okay. I cannot stop thinking about how differently this could have gone. If my phone hadn't been in my pocket, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
To me, that I can't.
Also, don't have your kid climb on the fridge.
I'm trying to even just envision this.
So it's, I'm assuming it's like my fridge. So we redid the kitchen, and it's super tall. It is French doors. So the left side's all freezer. The right side is all refrigerator. It's just taller than most units. But as a result of that, it weighs quite a bit. Like I said, it's not as deep as your average refrigerator, which the nice thing about that is we don't lose a lot of stuff to the Tupperware genie in the back. You rarely have to say,
right.
you see what's in there, right? But it is super tall, and the last thing I would want is that, but that's not even it, man. It's French doors all the way down.
Really?
Yeah, so there's no drawers on the bottom or anything. It is literally
I was going to say, that's what I've got, essentially.
Yeah. But you have the drawer on the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so ours, just get rid of the drawer, take the doors all the way, floor to, and that's the thing. It's basically floor to ceiling.
Okay.
It is taller than I am. I'm 6'4", so the fridge is probably 7 feet tall. And the last thing I would want is that thing to fall on me. So seeing her story, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's mounted to the wall or not. But I might do a little peeky check just to make sure. Because I read that. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like what I got, man. And she's not kidding. If that thing fell on you, that's going to suck. And look, if something's supposed to be mounted to the wall, just mount it to the wall. Because years ago, kids were like 4. We bought IKEA dressers. And it's just a dresser. It's still on 4 legs. It's IKEA. We put the thing together, and they have the wall brackets. We're both like, it's a dresser. Why would we have to mount it to the wall? Fast forward about 3 months, we hear our son screaming from his bedroom, and we opened it up, and he's like Atlas holding the globe above his head. So he tried to get something on top of the dresser. It turns out IKEA's right. Maybe we should have mounted to the wall. We didn't, so the dresser started tipping forward. God damn, it's not funny. But he managed to catch the dresser, but at his age, it's all the strength he had. The thing that messed him up was when he caught the dresser, the top drawer still slid out. It just bashed him in the face.
Yeah.
So when we get in there, like all the drawers are pending him, but again, to his credit, he is holding this bad boy up, but he's screaming for us. And I still didn't mount it back to the wall. We just got to put some little things in the front, so lean back a little bit. But I'm like, maybe we listen to that advice.
Right.
Because those are the things. And again, both of these things happen because there's a kid. So I'd say, look, you can mount something to the wall or not, but if you have kids, mount it to the wall.
Yep. Back when I had my 50cc scooter, this thing had very, very thin tires for the scooter. It wasn't like the big fat ones. The one I've got now has got big fat tires on it. This thing was more, I don't know, the wheels were a little bit bigger as far as their size, but the actual tire itself was not that big. So I am going down Westlake. This is after the show, and I am in the right lane headed towards South Lake Union, which is where the slut tracks are located in the road.
Yeah.
Now, that trolley probably hadn't been there for more than a year, maybe 6 months. So the concrete was new. The tracks were new. I'm in the right lane, and I decide, look, I'm going to get in the left lane here because I want to get out of these tracks.
Yeah.
It was raining. It was wet. I'm like, man, I just don't want anything to happen. So I did that quick little maneuver where I'm going to go and turn real quick to the left, and all of a sudden the tire gets caught right in the train track grooves, man. And I mean, I don't even know I don't even know what happened. Like it's out. The next thing I knew, I was just on the ground.
Sure.
I'm not sure if it hard stuck. I don't know what happened. I know I was thrown from the bike. I'm down on the ground. Then the bike skids into me and pushes me down the street a little bit. And then I hear, again, it's wet. And I'm like, oh, Christ, I'm going to get run over. And so I look up, man, and there are two bicycles on the front of a Metro bus. That guy broke for about 20 feet. And, I mean, where he stopped, I looked up, and I was under the bike rack on the front of the bus. I mean, and it was not.
Miles got run over by a big bus.
I look under the bus, man. Like that, I didn't have that clearance.
Yeah,
like I would have been just drugged down the frickin' street. And when I popped back up, the bike was still running.
Of course, by quality.
Yeah, it was. It was still running. I picked the damn thing up. I put the kickstand down. I just sat there for a minute. The bus driver jumps out of the bus. He asked me if I'm okay. He's like, man, that was wild. And I'm like,
you don't say.
He's like, are you okay? Well, first he asked me very good. He's like, you all right? Yeah, man, I'm all right. I said, the adrenaline's going right now. I might be bruised or something. I said, but nothing is broken. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
My heart is just going a million miles an hour. And I mean, when I walked in the house, when I got home, my wife looked at me and she was just like, are you okay? And I was like, man, I got to tell you what happened to me on the way home. She's like, you don't look okay. And I was like, is it really on my face? She's like, you look like you saw a ghost. And I was like, well, I'll tell you what happened. And she's like, yeah, you're still messed up over this.
Yeah.
I just see it in your eyes how just like terrified you are. And I'm like, I took the bus for like a week and a half after that.
Yeah, I think anybody would, man.
Just because I was just, look, it's raining. It's a rainy season. It's the fall. It's getting darker, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I am not doing that again, because the one warning that the woman gave me when the scooter shop down where Sean Kemp's dispensary is now.
Yeah.
That's where I bought it. And she said, look, the only thing that I can tell you as far as in-city driving is please be careful on these drawbridges, because they're cheese.
Drawbridges and then
they're cheese graters.
And those tracks.
Yes.
Like when I lived in Belltown and had my scooter, I never crossed those tracks in South Lake Union except to go directly over them.
You can cross them perpendicular.
You would never catch me in that lane or anything else, just because I know how easy it is for those tires to get in there.
I was swimming. It was just like, I was like, wobble, wobble, down. What became unexpectedly dangerous? 206-803-ROCK.
The drawbridges suck so much. I don't even like driving over those with my car.
No.
You feel it kind of like...
Well, it's back to the coolness of, you get bit by a shark. You survive, but it's a cool story.
It is a bad experience.
Anybody on two wheels with a motor, there's nothing cool about being on a 50cc scooter. I'm sorry, you just cannot make it cool. You're almost cooler if you're on a bicycle, other than this thing. Yeah. So there's no good glamour in this wreck, me laying down this bike.
But there's always a weird perspective, right? So you bring up the shark, right? You got attacked by a shark. You have a cool story, but I'm not sure that person would want to relive it to tell the story. So my wife kept telling me I should do a talk at a certain school because she goes, you have a great story. Because you're on the radio now and you were homeless. And I said, I don't know why everyone keeps saying it. It's not a great story. I'm like, the story sucks. Yeah. So stop, right? And so I get what everyone means. I'm like, it's not great. It's awful. It was horrible. There was nothing about the experience that I liked. I'm like, what's so great? She said, well, the outcome. I go, yeah, but there's easier ways to get in the radio. I have the worst story to tell. Like, don't do what I did. Just get in the radio and pursue it. All that other crap that people think makes it great, it wasn't. It was horrible. So that's my perspective on the shark attack. Like, dude, that's a cool story. I got to think, like, it's not.
Yeah.
I was surfing and a shark attacked me. It's not awesome, man.
What became unexpectedly dangerous? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, so I grew up on a trike, ATV, three-wheeler, because they were smaller.
Ooh.
And we started riding those, or I was allowed to ride those, like second, third grade. And then I got elevated in late fourth grade to a Banshee, which was a really cool four-wheeler. My mom was dating this guy. We were living with him. That their property backed up to another property, and this guy had a lot of land and horses. He kept his horses in with an electric fence. So we go over there, and I get warned about it, but I'm not paying attention. I don't care. I'm really excited to ride my four-wheeler. Well, I'm going towards where the jumps are, and I didn't drive through it once. I rode through it twice, I was told, because the first time I went through the electric fence, I blacked out. And my mom said she saw an explosion, and then I rode through the other one. And so what was nuts was when I woke up, I was still holding on to the damn handlebar. And I got back, and she strips off my shirt. I've got a burn line from my right shoulder to my left hip.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Still to this day.
No. That faded, like, I don't remember, like maybe after a month or something. But I graduated high school, so I didn't have any brain injury, so that's cool.
Dude, some of the dumbest people I know have graduated high school. Don't think it comes down to that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying, some people I know that have graduated high school are the dumbest people I've known in my life.
Do you drool when you use the microwave or anything like that?
No, there's no metal plates or anything. I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
What would happen? I'm just curious. All right. So you go through an electric fence. I love that he did it twice because he passed out the first time. What if you do have metal in your body? Like a replacement hip?
Oh, God.
I don't know if it.
Does that make you a conductor?
I don't know. You know, I mean, I'm like.
I mean, you have to know that.
What if you have a filling in your tooth?
Yeah, you have to know that someone went in for an MRI and forgot something in life, and it ripped right out of their body.
It had to, man. I'm thinking
that has had
old filling, a gold
There's
tooth.
no way that hasn't happened. I mean, it had to.
Piercings. You know, I feel like you might remember the piercings. I don't know, but like you said, if your dad had gone in, he had a metal hip, right?
Yeah.
Like, can they still do an MRI, or are they going to rip his freaking leg off? Yeah, I don't know.
What became unexpectedly dangerous? 206-803-ROCK. In Fairhope, a small city on the eastern shore of Mobile Bay, where she strutted in a cartoonish phallic getup, bought at a local spirit Halloween store, and waved a sign declaring, "No dictator." Body footage quickly went viral, showed Fairhope police zeroing in on Gamble at the busy intersection.
Get the penis.
The arresting officer complained the giant inflatable member was causing a public spectacle and potential traffic hazard in the family-friendly Gulf town. Now, when Gamble refused to, quote, deflate and remove the costume, things got physical. Officers took the 62-year-old to the ground and cuffed the penis while lying on the grass.
They tackled the giant penis.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And then
waiting for this day.
More footage of the police trying to stuff the oversized penis into the squad car. During the arrest, when asked her name, Gamble fired back with Aunt Tifa. A pun there. Prosecutors later tacked on an extra charge for that bit of wordplay and for disturbing the peace with her provocative protest attire. They dropped the charge of providing a false name before holding trial because she was joking, obviously.
Yeah.
They testified that her large costume was restricting the view of drivers entering the road. And when asked to remove it, she was non-compliant. After Gamble turned away from him to leave, that's when the officer tackled the penis and arrested her. He says she was obstructing traffic and was a safety risk. The judge didn't buy that.
Yeah, come on.
So our question, why was what someone was wearing important to the story? 206-803-ROCK.
I don't know if I can bring myself to tackle a penis.
No?
I mean, the situation would just have to be extreme if I'm squaring off against a 7-foot penis. Like I'm taking.
Well, if
you
somebody's dressed like that and they're talking S to you, I could see charging them.
You charge a penis?
It depends on what he said or what she said. Well, that's a woman. So I guess if a woman penis was talking S to me, I wouldn't charge her. But if it's just like Mike.
You're lucky you're a lady penis.
Yeah, and he gets, Otherwise, I'd spear you.
Hello, Nate. Welcome to the men's room.
How do you say hello in Spanish?
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, gentlemen. So I made a Halloween costume in the early 2000s where it was a giant maxi pad, and I made it look like I bit somebody, so I had blood coming off my chin, and then I had two nunchucks that had blood on the end, and I put it on my MySpace page, and like the next year it just blew up, and every year it got bigger and bigger to the point they said the name of it on Comedy Central. So
you got mentioned on Comedy Central.
Ninja, that's me.
What is the name again?
Yeah. Tampon Ninja.
Okay, hold on.
No.
And you had no expectation that this was going to snowball, right?
No, not at all. A company in Europe actually started making my costume and selling it.
I'll be damned. Okay.
So you now sell that costume?
Yeah, I never saw a penny off that.
Yeah, you just made it.
Huh.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, I just made it. I just took 2 pieces of foam and got an old, quilt and just made a big maxi pad, and we thought it'd be really funny. And then that picture is the only time I was in full makeup, because that Halloween I burnt my face blowing fireballs.
Oh, golly. Okay. Good times. Yeah. Okay, all right.
That's not the call I expected.
No. Yeah. We had an event down at Showbox Soto. I don't know how many years ago this is. Probably over 10 years ago. But we were dressed as different 70s characters, so to speak. I don't know if it was 70s themed.
Yeah.
Either way, I was dressed up as Evel Knievel. So I got on Google and searched for an Evel Knievel costume.
Yeah.
All right. Now this thing came from China. Took about 2 weeks to get here. So I put this thing on, and it's all shiny plastic.
Right.
It is also a onesie. When I took it out of the package, it smelled like gasoline. It reeked.
Oh yeah.
To high heaven. I mean, I was like, wow, that is. Now it also it was tight enough to where I basically had to just go with just underwear on underneath it.
Yeah.
And wear the whole suit, because that's the way it was form fitted like that. So I was like, all right, or at least I was too big for it. But anyway, I put this thing on, and there was a guy in the back of Showbox Soto. There's a back door out there where they load in, they load out. If you're a performer or whatever, you want to step outside, they open that door for you and let you back in. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm walking out there to smoke a cigarette, and the guy working the door says, "Hey, man," he said, "I know that smell." He's like, "I work with chemicals during my day job." He's like, "That is really," he said, "if it's the same thing I think it is, and I know that smell."
Yeah.
He said, "That is one of the most flammable things that we have in our shop." He's like, "I would not go outside and smoke that cigarette with that costume on."
It's that bad?
He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you getting dizzy?" And I'm like, kind of lightheaded. Yeah. He's like, "You will, man." He's like, I said, "Every time I open up to get a little air in my chest and it poofs back up," I was like, "I feel like I'm going to pass out." He's like, "Man, I'm just telling you, do not get near anything hot. Do not get near anything that has a flame or anything like that until you get that thing off." And I was like, "Wow, okay, thanks for the heads up, brother." He's like, "I'm being dead serious, man." He's like, "You need to get that off as quickly as you can."
Did you take it all? Or
as soon as we did our stage or whatever, I went back to my normal street clothes.
Okay, all right.
But I was out there for like at least once.
Well, my buddies owned Bacon Salt and Baconaise. I used to dress up as a piece of bacon.
Yeah.
But it was literally just foam that they had spray painted the color of bacon.
Yeah.
And like we went down to the market to take photos and everything, but that was like a giant rule. Like if people got near bacon with a cigarette, it was like, "Get away from me. I will go up in flames."
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's Tell you what though, going back to like the costume get you in stuff.
Yeah.
That's when I got to catch a fish down at the market.
Why? Because you were
dressed like bacon?
Because you were dressed as bacon.
Yeah, and they were just like, "Bacon, get in here. You want to catch a fish?" And like, I was like, "Yeah, sure." In my head, I was like, "I've been waiting for this."
Is this like back to the clipboard and walking fast and acting like? I mean, if you dress in costume, are you
on a non?
Yeah, are you basically? Could you just do anything?
Look.
It's not that you can do anything. It's that people invite you to do things.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if you could just walk into VIP, but like you said with the suites, they will invite you. All they have to do is see you. Like, dude, he's dressed like Barney. Come on in.
Mm-hmm. I told you, if you ever go to the F1 race in Austin, there's a man who dresses like Ricky Bobby. He's in the full costume. He looks like Will Ferrell. He talks like Will Ferrell.
All right.
And I mean, we hunted him down. We got a picture with him. And then I watched him just walk around. And I mean, people were losing their S, but it's exactly the same thing. Like, I don't know if he has that pass. You saw him in every VIP, everything. And they're just like, "Get in here."
I mean, is it Chad Smith?
Right. It could be. From what I understand, that's like a side job he does. But but he's there every year at the F1 Grand Prix in Austin.
Is he wearing the Wonder Bread outfit?
Correct.
Okay.
Like, I think if you Google him, just like, Austin, F1 Austin race, Ricky Bobby, like, he'll show up.
Yeah.
And just gets invited to everything.
Yeah, like the first day we were at the track, we're drinking with these people's, all these Welsh people.
All right.
And that was like one of the first things they said, because they go every year. They're like, have you seen Ricky Bobby yet? We were like, what?
Like, what are you talking about?
So it turned in, on race day, we got there really early, and it turned into like a thing. Like, we had to hunt down Ricky Bobby.
And everyone's treating him great.
It was awesome. There was like a line. Like, I waited in line to take a picture with him.
But you're not sure, like, he's not like F1 sponsored. This is just something that he does.
He lives down in Texas, and again, he might do it on the side as an impersonator.
Yeah.
But I guess just every year for the F1 race, he just shows up at the track, and it's a great thing.
We got to give this a try, man.
I know. There's something to it.
Just figure out the costume and then just walk through town and see what perks we get.
I've seen pictures of Chad Smith with a Chili Pepper drummer dressed in that Wonder Bread costume, playing drums at a Chili Pepper show. There's an old picture of it somewhere. But, yeah.
You know what we should do? We should dress as jockeys and go down to Emerald Downs.
You think we get special treatment?
I think people would be pumped to see 4 regular size, like jockeys.
Yeah.
Especially you guys over 6 foot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, how about over 140 pounds?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, this is another story involving the Easter Bunny. We had the story earlier about the guy who was caught going over 100 miles an hour on his bicycle.
120.
Dressed as the Easter Bunny. A Pittsburgh area mall's Easter photo op ended with handcuffs instead of candy for one New Jersey man. CBS News reports that according to authorities in Bethel Park, a 36-year-old man named Shavakrishna Bera groped a woman working in a full Easter Bunny costume at the South Hills Village Mall on the Monday before Easter. Per a criminal complaint, the woman told police the suspect ignored her attempt to redirect his questions to an assistant, then touched her arm and upper chest and grabbed her breast. The assistant said the man asked if the bunny was a boy or a girl, then jammed his fingers into the costume's nose and mouth.
That is so weird to me.
Police say mall security in a video helped them identify the suspect. He was found asleep in a nearby AMC theater. As officers detained him, he allegedly asked if the bunny was the merchandise thing near a Five Below and later said, "That's just a doll, right?" After being told it was a person, he reportedly replied that his hand touched her by mistake. The suspect also seemed to regret having stopped to catch the film. "If I didn't watch a movie here, I wouldn't have been caught," he said. He's been charged with indecent assault. The smoking gun noted he's being held on $10,000 bail, with a court hearing set for a couple weeks after this went down.
I love that he assaulted somebody, but he's only mad that he
When he fell asleep in the theater.
Right.
Correct.
Because he wouldn't have been caught if he just...
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Here's a wild one. Finals day at the top surfing contest in New Zealand briefly turned into a rescue scene when a photographer was bitten in the water. The World Surf League triggered a code red and halted the New Zealand pro at Raglan on Monday after Australian photographer Ed Sloan was injured during the men's semifinal heat, featuring Brazilians Thiago Dura and Italio Ferreira, per the BBC. League officials, Renato Hickel described a sea life attack, adding Sloan was taken to a hospital with puncture wounds to his left foot. He had a flipper ripped off, per The Guardian. Organizers suspect he was bitten by a shark or a sea lion. One doctor on the scene favoring the sea lion theory.
That means the guy that was bitten's like, "Nah, man, it was a shark."
Well, the two surfers witnessed the commotion, and they were described as shaken, contributing to the decision to pause the competition for several hours. When the event resumed, extra safety precautions were in place, including more jet skis and a drone scanning the waves. In a statement, Sloan thanked medics and safety crews, noting the unknown creature came from directly below, and what he termed nightmare fuel. He added he now faces surgery, but should be fine. By the way, the Ferrer guy went on to claim victory in the men's events. Our question, what became unnecessarily dangerous? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
So, Steve, what became dangerous?
So, I was about 17 years old, had a few friends that we all decided to go to this huge party. It was a big biker party. There were supposed to be live bands all weekend long. 40 kegs show up on a flatbed truck. We've heard about this thing for months, right? So we have this camper van it was my parents' camper van. We all go there, and that was our battle wagon. So we decided we'd bring our own keg because we didn't want to wait in line.
All right.
So we managed to get somebody to buy us a keg. We could show up there, and there's like 150 people and no beer. We were the only people that had a keg of beer. So we start selling a couple cups here and there, and next thing you know...
What are you guys charging?
We were charging like $5.
All right. It's about to go on.
That's
right?
fair. Yeah, that seems totally fine.
Endless beers, right? Good deal. This was back in the early 90s, so... Anyways, we weren't given stamps or anything, so all these people start mobbing us for beer. We don't know who we sold cups to anymore. One of the guys decides, hey, I'm going to help you guys out. I'll be your bodyguard. I'll be your bouncer and take care of this for you. Great. We'll give you free beer. That'll work out. Well, this guy turns on us, and one of my friends here has been talking to these other people, hey, these kids have got this keg. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to act like I'm fighting you guys off, and then we're all going to take the beer from them. So he comes running back over and tells us this. So we lock everything up. We're taking the taps off. Here comes this guy with this mob of people, and he's like, "Hey, you guys, you got to give the beer up. These people are going to kill you." And he's reaching in the van trying to grab the keg as I've got my back up against the cupboard with my feet up against the keg, trying to hold it away from him. And they're punching me in the face and grabbing for the keg. And one of the girls jumps down to take her lighter, and she lights it underneath the guy's arm, burns the heck out of his arm. He lets go, slam the door shut. I jump in the driver's seat. We knock a couple people over getting out of there, hit a car, and take off down the road in the middle of the night with our lights off, back on a country road that was, it was pitch black, but we made it out.
Now,
Beer bottles busting off of us and everything else.
Did you know anyone at the party, or was it all strangers to you?
Oh, these were all, 40, 50-year-old biker dudes. We didn't know anybody.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. And they had no beer. You're the only people there with beer.
Exactly.
I don't even know how that happens.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
Especially if you say bikers, I wouldn't even ask, do they want beer? I would just have beer provided, right? And then, of course, the underage kids are the only people that have a keg. I think they did the right thing. Like, let's just get the F out of here, man.
Speaking of bikes, the Isle of Man TT races are one of the most insane events held every year since 1907. The motorcycle racers speed through the 37-mile course, all held on public roads, with a goal of having the fastest time in their class. Since the first event was held, are you ready for these numbers? Over 280 people have died.
Jesus.
Including 265 drivers, and an untold number of people have suffered injuries. In both 1970 and 2022, 6 competitors were killed during the annual 2-week festival. Now, this past Sunday, another rider named Alan Oversby died in an incident on the second lap of the classic road race. Then on Monday, officials halted all activity following a serious incident during a practice run on the mountain course. The incident involved a rider and 8 spectators that he plowed into, all of whom required medical attention and were transferred to local hospitals. The rider involved in the incident, he was conscious, he was talking, according to a statement. All the spectators who required medical treatment were reportedly conscious, which is good. 8 spectators were identified as requiring treatment. All were reported conscious and transferred to a hospital for further assessment and treatment. To ensure the incident was managed as effectively as possible, decision was made to suspend any further racing activity for the remainder of yesterday.
So there is a limit to what they'll do. Look, man, you chose to race in something.
It?
No.
You never seen that race?
I mean, maybe I have, but it doesn't ring any bells.
So it's like they're basically going, I don't know what you call those bikes, right? They're going as fast as you can.
All right.
And I mean, the corners and stuff, and they're just little country roads and everything on this Isle of Man. And people are just kind of standing on the edges and stuff. Like, I mean, I hate to say this. I'm almost more surprised people don't get injured more often.
Yeah, I would think there'd be more injuries to the spectators at that point. But any race that's had 280 deaths associated with it, like, I would assume if you race, you know what you're getting into.
What's the most dangerous spectator sport?
I don't know.
I would think drag racing. Watching those wheels pop off and everything else and roll into the crowd. And
I mean, it might be baseball.
Yeah, you could take a hockey puck to the head, too.
Yeah.
You can. It just seems a lot.
I mean, even golf.
Less rare than baseballs hitting people in the head.
But I'd rather take that chance than the rodeo. And I know it doesn't happen much, but every once in a while, the bull throws the cowboy off, and then the bull is just pissed and jumps into the crowd.
Did you see the horse that got loose over the weekend? They've injured 8 people as well.
No. The racehorse
ran into
the rodeo.
It was like, I don't know if it was a show horse, it was a racehorse, but it got loose someplace. And it literally ran through the crowd without any thought about, people.
Of course not.
I mean, you would think that
it's not worried about. No, man. Like, it knows it outweighs you, and it's going full tilt. Now it's either spooked or angry or whatever it's doing. Like, you can move or you can find out.
Yeah. Look, you were in a Cessna. You flew in one of those things. Everybody says the same thing who calls the show. I'm a pilot. Don't get in a Cessna.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you thought twice about it, did you?
I did not think twice about it until after I got up there the first time.
Right, but you had to fly one back, right?
Correct, which I still did. You know what I mean? Like, they obviously they run that airline.
Sure.
But that day going over there was terrifying. It was one of the scariest things I think I've ever been part of.
What made it so scary? Like, what is...
We had one Friday in August, and we had the day off.
Yeah.
Where it was, like, rainy and, like, 60-some degrees. And that was the day I flew from Bellingham over to Lopez. And it just went up and down a few times, right? Because I guess when you're going over the other islands, the way the wind shear kind of works up against the island... So it's totally fine. The pilots were fine with it. The buddy Brad I was with, right? Like he flies on San Juan Air a lot, so he was totally fine. Like they were all cool about it, but it just scared the crap out of me. And then I was kind of surprised how many people I told were like, "Ooh, I wouldn't do that." But you're right. I still flew it back. And when I flew back, man, it must have been maybe it was Labor Day weekend. I don't know. I flew back on a Sunday. And it was probably one of the most gorgeous, beautiful things I've ever seen. But it was sunny out. It was smooth.
So less turbulence.
Less turbulent. It was fine.
That was one thing with the helicopter in Hawaii. Like, that's the one thing I wanted to do. My wife wanted to do the submarine. I did not. Turns out the submarine was a really cool experience. The helicopter, it's just something you want to do, right? Like,
yeah.
So we booked the thing. And like, as soon as I saw the pilot, I'm kind of like, uh-oh. I can't explain it, man. Just... Like, did he just wake up? He just had that look about him. And then when he points to his helicopter, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's homemade. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy put it together. But whatever. I guess he knows what he's doing because he even painted whatever tours on the side of it. So we get on there and kind of like you're saying, Ted, it's, you're used to a passenger jet. Everything's pressurized. You're going fast enough. It's big enough that other than massive turbulence, it's fairly smooth. This is not. I mean, the entire helicopter ride just felt like the worst turbulence you've been in on a plane. Yeah. And he's calm when he's talking through the headset. But the thing about Hawaii, whether they're going over water, whether they're near a volcano, if you get near a mountain, everything about the weather pattern around you changes. The wind shear, the humidity. And, once we went over the ocean, he's like, oh, it's going to be a little rough. Keep in mind, in my mind, I was already thinking, this is a little rough. So his version of a little rough is what I would describe as extremely choppy. So you're just bouncing around on this thing. And again...
Did you get sick or anything?
I didn't get sick. I was just convinced that I was going to die. I mean, honest to God. Like, and then he goes over this mountain, and I'm like, man, we are awfully close to this mountain. And the helicopter's still bouncing up and down. Obviously, we did not crash. I did not die. But when we got off of that thing, my wife's like, all right, there's one of your bucket list items. You want to do it again? I said, absolutely not. I will never do it again. Fast forward, we have kids. We get to Niagara Falls. They have the same tour. This one's over the falls. However, these helicopters look like freaking Airwolf, from back in the pilot. And I cannot make this up. When you walk to the helipad, the pilots are standing in their full aviation suits, their hands on their hips, the buzz cut, the aviators. They look like Superman. They're literally standing like that. And I'm like, all right, I feel comfortable. And I don't know what these helicopters are. They are the Cadillac of helicopters. So oddly enough, on this particular trip, it didn't bug me until we got over the falls itself, because that's just a different kind of thing. But as you're flying there, you're following the highway. and the river is beside the highway that goes to Niagara Falls. And my son says, Dad, if we crash, which great conversation to have, if we crash, I hope we hit the river, not the highway. I said, your opinion's going to change in about 5 minutes, right? He didn't believe me. So he goes over top of Niagara Falls. He looks down. And I mean, like I said, Niagara Falls is just unbelievable when you see it in person. And he's like, I'd rather hit the highway. I said, yeah, absolutely, man.
Growing up in West Virginia, man, there's very little flat land.
Yeah.
It's almost even hard to get a Little League baseball field built unless you're on top of a strip mine.
Right.
So a lot of these fields and crap like that, they've reclaimed from the coal industry. But there are there are very few airstrips. For an example, where I grew up was a college town. They traveled with all their sports, women, men, basketball, football, you name it. They had to drive an hour and a half. You'd drive an hour and a half to go to an airport that was big enough for a plane to put everybody on it.
Right.
So you had to drive to Pittsburgh, or if you're in the southern part of the state, you had to drive to Cincinnati or Covington. So or Louisville if you're down in that part. But there are a ton of Vietnam veterans in the state of West Virginia. And you would drive, just going to my grandma's house. You look over on the side of the road, there's a double wide trailer. Mm-hmm. You can see the wheels underneath it.
Right.
All right. At this point in time, satellite dishes were 6-8 feet across.
Oh, they were massive.
Everybody had
looks like a NASA installation.
Everybody had these huge discs in their yard. And then all the helicopter ride signs that were
right
because they right by their 4 cars, the ones that they never traded in.
They got a helicopter
because they don't do that there. There's a small pad for their helicopters, and
sure.
That's how a lot of those guys get around, make a couple extra bucks. And my grandfather, he was like, he wanted to take me on a helicopter ride with one of his buddies. It was part of his mail route.
All right,
and he knew the guy. He's like, yeah, man, he flew in Vietnam for how many years, whatever. He's like, this guy, I know I trust him enough to give you a ride. My grandmother would not let me do that.
Of course.
But it's wild, man. It's a little rinky-dink helicopter.
Yeah, that's
it almost
what this guy
looks like you put it together with a kit.
Yeah, that's exactly what this guy looked like.
He lands in his yard. You know what I mean? And then there's like an F-150 pickup truck. There's a satellite dish.
Yeah.
There's a helicopter. There's a wooden sign out front that says helicopter rides.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. No price, nothing. Just helicopter rides. Our question now, what became unexpectedly dangerous? 206-803-ROCK. Mike, you almost died. Where was it?
It was out of Coos Bay. I was just about to bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah. So my family and I, we when I was still living at home, we kind of gained a love for going out on quads. We talked about ATVs not long ago. And we started on some of the trails around here. We would go around the Tahuya trails up there in Belfair and whatnot. We tried Capitol Forest. But then all of a sudden our buddy says, hey, let's head on down to the sand dunes down in Coos Bay, Oregon. Like, all right, cool. That sounds like fun. Put the paddle tires on there. We really get to open the thing up. And you get lulled into a false sense of security while you're out there because it's just open plains for miles and miles and miles. And it's a ton of fun out there. You throw some music in your earbuds and whatnot. And you just
cruise it.
Yeah, exactly. And you go out there, and they've got these sand dunes that are out there, and I kid you not, man, these things are 30 feet high that you're going up there, and it's just a sheer hill that you're going up on this thing. But then you learn as you're going up that as you're hitting towards the top, you got to kind of turn to the side because the problem that you have out there is that wind is blowing, and so those sand dunes, they are never the same twice.
Right.
You go out there, that wind is blowing out there, and it's changing the way that those things look all the time. And so they tell you to be careful when you're going up these berms because you don't know what's on the other side. There could be somebody else that's over there. You literally have to have a flag that's 10 feet in the air so that you can see somebody that's out there that you might not see over a berm. And I remember we were going out, and I'd been riding up and down these things. I'd gained a confidence of it. They had a 2-tiered bit that I was gonna go up there. They were gonna go. My family was gonna go out and around. I was just gonna tackle this thing. We're just trying to find a fun place to go ride at this point. So they go around, and I tackle this thing head on, and I go up, and I hit the first part of the table, and something I believe in divine intervention on this one. I felt something say to look over at my family, and I look over and I see my mom, and she's giving the big wave up here, right? So I don't fully know what that means, but it's not good, right? So I start slowing down as I go up there, and the quickness that this end of the line came up is astounding because all of a sudden I'm going up and I see the tops of trees 10 feet below me. The tops of trees 10 feet below me. I jam on my brakes and I pushed sand over a 30-foot cliff that I
got that close.
Damn near flew over, dude. And the thing that threw it off is that the wind was whipping so hard that day that when it when it hit the side of that sand dune, it was actually blowing sand about 10 feet off this cliff.
So you wouldn't have seen the trees.
It looked like a damn false bottom on the thing, dude. So I had that shook me a little bit. I got back to the campsite and had a little bit of a breakdown.
When's the last time you did it?
It has been several years since I have gone out on the trails. I do miss it to a degree.
Did you guys rent those or did you have them?
We had them. So let's see. I had a Suzuki 400. That's what it was. It was a Z400, and then my old man and our family friend, they had a pair of Yamaha Raptor 700cc's in those things. Those were monsters. Those things were doggone tractors out there. But they worked really, really well for the sand, and it was a ton of fun. We did that for years.
You still have that thing?
No, I sold that a while back. It was such a process going out there and all the cleanup that had to go about it. It was a big old day, and at some point I just
it's also a 7.5 hour drive.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, we'd rent a cabin down there.
Right, but you're right. That is a commitment. Then when you get home, you got to clean them all off and everything.
Every day too, because the sand it's blowing up in there, and you're gonna melt the underside of your bike. So you know, we kept up on it. It was just after a while, it's like I'm doing more upkeep than I am enjoying this ride.
Yeah,
so I'm just out.
I've hiked to the top of a couple of those things down there. It looks like a Star Wars scene.
No kidding.
You feel like you're like in the Sahara Desert, like a Sidewinder snake is going to go by. I mean, it's just incredible how massive they are.
Yes,
how high they are. And the fact that there's just sand everywhere through there.
Right.
So as soon as you start going into Coos Bay, it's all those rental centers to rent those things. So, it's like that's their probably number one tourist activity.
Absolutely. And it's daunting when you see it. They actually give you tourist rides. They'll put you in a sand buggy that's got enough for 12, 24 people, and then they'll just rip all around those dunes. It's a ton of fun.
All right. What became unexpectedly dangerous? 206-803-ROCK. Else.
Okay.
But this is in the area that has not been developed yet. That's where we knew they would go to park because those guys lived in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
In the old part, not the new part that was being built. At any rate, my buddy and I get the idea that and keep in mind, his dad just bought a brand new white pickup truck. It might have been a Mazda or either way, it looked like a generic, it was his work truck.
Okay.
So it was just the most plain white truck you could get. So we went to either Radio Shack or Spencer's. I cannot remember which. But they had these lights that had a magnet on the bottom that you could put on top of your car. Like the same type of magnet siren that you saw a lot of volunteer firemen in West Virginia use.
Yeah.
If they were headed back to the station to get in the truck or they were headed directly to the fire. So they would put these things on their car. Well, they were selling these. So we picked one of those up, and the way it worked was you plugged it into the cigarette lighter.
All right.
Okay, that was the outlet for it. The problem is when you plugged it in, it just stayed red the entire time. But if you plugged it in and unplugged it, it would keep flashing.
So it's flashing now.
Right.
All right.
So So back to my buddy and his dad's business partner owning a dry cleaner. All of the firemen, all of the police, everybody used that dry cleaning for all of their uniforms. All right. So we took the jackets on a Friday afternoon. The police will come back and pick up their jackets on Monday morning when the dry cleaner.
So these are actual policemen's clothes that you are now stealing out of the.
We did not steal them.
I think they would feel different. I know you returned them later.
We brought them back before the Monday morning, okay? But I was the only one who took one of the jackets because my buddy, he was ducked down in the truck, pushing in and out on the lighter so that the light would flip on and off.
Yeah.
All right?
If I took your car for 2 days without you knowing and then returned it, I think you'd still think it's stealing.
Well, yeah. I mean, as long as it was in decent condition. Not only that, but because, oh God, this is even worse. Because of the fact that it is a dry cleaner place, they would find a lot of stuff in officers' pockets.
Yeah.
All right. He had at least 3 police badges in the drawer from previous years gone by at the dry cleaners. All right. So we also got a badge. which I then put in my wallet, all right? Now, when we pulled up to their car, they had already gotten a 6-pack of beer, maybe a 12-pack of beer, and they got a 6-pack of wine coolers, which were popular back in the day.
Yep.
All right. So we come up, and I've got the jacket on. It's cool out. I have a scarf around my neck. I have sunglasses on, like Ray-Bans, and I have a police hat.
So you took a jacket, a hat, and a badge.
That's correct. That's correct.
You grab a gun or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Nightstick.
Well, I had one of those 2-foot-long flashlights.
Oh, mag lights?
But they were brand new at the time.
Yeah.
They were like a brand new thing. So they were the brightest flashlight on the market by far when those things came out, right? But again,
it seemed like every police force used them forever.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
sure.
it was long. There might have been 6 D batteries in there,
Right.
if not more. We put the brights on them. We start blinking the lights, all right? So I get out of the car, slam the door, and I go up. And the first thing that I do is I hit all 4 of them in the eyes with this mag light. Like, like bang, bang, bang. Temporary blind them for a second. Like I need to see ID. My buddy gives me his ID, and it's his real ID. This, again, the guy in the car, we used to make fake IDs.
Right.
So there was a chance he was going to give me a fake ID. I was going to confiscate it. But he gave me his real ID, and I flashed the light in the back again, and I'm like, this says here you're 16 years old. I see a 12-pack of beer back there and 4-pack of Seagram's wine coolers. He goes, yes, officer. I said, let me see the wine coolers right now, son. And he hands them out to me. I twist off all the tabs. I poured 2 out with each hand. I said, there's no drinking allowed on this property, especially when you are underage. Do you understand me? I'm going to haul your ass in right now, sir. And I said, oh, my God, is that a 12-pack of whatever? I said, give me that. So I took that.
Yeah,
so now the 2 chicks in the car have nothing to drink, all right? I have taken their 12-pack, all right? And at this point in time, me and my buddy Brian were like, this is a home run. We are.
Yeah, it's great.
We are good to go. So I said, son, you need to pull your ass out of here right now. I'm following you out of here. You are not ever to be seen on this property again. So he pulls out. I follow him. Right.
How nice was he? Like, how nervous is he when he thinks he's talking to a cop? Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, I mean, he was himself. He was very cooperative. I didn't tell him to get out of the car or anything like that. I did ask him if they were drunk, and he said, no, sir, they haven't been opened yet. I knew that because we knew basically what time that they were going out on a date, what time they were going to get there. So we take the 12-pack, and me and my buddy go, and they were probably out 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
His parents were not home this weekend. That was part of their deal. They were going to go, and then they were going to go back and crash or party or do whatever they wanted to do there. So we sat there and drank every single, and we were in walking distance of going home.
Yeah.
So we'd already taken his dad's truck back. We just sat there and just threw beer cans all over the front yard. And so when he got back, his entire lawn was covered in a 12-pack that me and my buddy drank. Because when you're that age and you get beer,
oh God,
you can put down 6 quick. I mean, it's just like, this is awesome. Threw them all in his yard. The next day, he tells my buddy the story of what happened the night before. And so Brian spilled the beans to these guys. They were so pissed. Like, these are our best friends.
Right.
And a friend.
Of course they're pissed.
Yeah.
You ruined him getting laid and took his beer.
Correct.
And beer's hard to
Dumped
get
out the wine coolers.
when you're underage. Yeah, why did you dump out the wine
Because he didn't want the wine coolers.
I didn't want to drink the wine coolers. And I just really just
You got to do that show of force, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
I'm
going to
put
pour out
the wine coolers
beer
over the beer. I do get that because the cops do that, right?
It was a 4-pack. So, like,
you're underage and the cops roll up.
I mean, it happened to Bernie with real cops, but they poured out everything.
Right. And I didn't want
But he's not a real cop.
I don't want to pour out everything. I want that 12-pack of beer.
Right. He wants the beer.
I'm just on your buddy's side. I'm pissed.
I thought I made the right decision at the time because I didn't know what they were going to have in there.
Yeah. Oh, no. I think you did well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I dumped out the wine
I mean,
coolers.
for being a bad friend and stealing their stuff, yes, you made the right decision.
As far as us being able to drink what we wanted.
You would not have been a part of this tent.
No.
Okay.
Really? Oh,
I know the pain of trying to get a 12-pack underage, and I'm almost about to get laid in a car.
But
and then
Miles
my
sold
buddy
these
shows up and takes our beer, and I'm like,
No, but I'm saying, look, Miles says to you, hey, Mike and Thrill are on this double date. You're telling me you would not have gone with Miles and taken my beer.
well, yours, yes.
See, that's what I'm saying. Because I'd have done it to you.
I know you would have.
In a heartbeat.
Okay.
I've heard this story for years. It doesn't make it any less.
So, okay, but here's the next thing. So the next weekend, I get word that I have a steady girlfriend at the time, that they're going to get my ass back. And we did have a lot of the same parking spots.
Sure.
I mean, they were just universally known in the area because we would go there and drink in these areas. And we knew nobody would mess with us. So we knew where those were. At the time, my stepfather, maybe a year or two before that, had run for county commissioner.
Okay.
All right. So in our garage, we had all these signs, like where you have like just metal signs with two posts down the middle.
Yeah,
of
vote for so-and-so.
Yeah, kind
or
of like maybe the size of a wire coat hanger that's holding it up. Well, I made these signs that said "not here," so I just put white paper over that and said "not here." Try again. It was like, but I had like 6 of them at all the places. So before I went on the date, I went out and placed all these signs in these locations. So when they got there thinking they were going to bust me, there's a sign that says, "Try again, sucker." like this kind of stuff. So when I got home from my date that night, all of those signs were stuck in the ground in my parents' house in the front yard. They never found me, but they confiscated all the signs and put them back in my front yard, which I thought was pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. But they never really got you back, though.
Water under the bridge, but still.
I mean, one time when I was living with all those guys at Hopkins, there was a group of guys that lived across the way, and they had a keg, but they left for the night and went. We knew they went to a bar.
Yeah.
So they had invited us over earlier to drink from said keg, and frankly, we were kind of drunk and we were bored, so we stole the keg and we brought it into our house. So then they
wait. You gave Miles grief.
For 12-pack, you stole an entire keg?
Well, hear me out.
Okay.
Sounds bad.
Yes.
And then what these guys didn't know was that I had some friends in from, where I grew up, PG County.
Okay.
So they knock on the door, and my buddy Cam, who lives there, they're talking real tough. And I hear him going, "We don't have your keg." And the one guy goes, "We can see you doing keg stands from across the..." Right. So we know the gig is up, right? And he's giving him the business. "You're going to walk that keg back over and this and that." Now, what he doesn't know is that I'm standing in the kitchen with 4 large dudes that just are hood. And he came in, I mean, he ducked his toes real quick. We never said a word. He went, "You know what? We're going to take it back." And we just went, "Okay." And he's like, we'll walk it back over. We just went, "Okay." And then when he left, everybody just started laughing like, "Oh my God. We should have. We were the a-holes completely."
How long did you drink off of it before they came back?
Oh, it was only like an hour.
All right.
But that line will always stay in my head. Cam just being like, "Why do you think we have it? We can see you doing cake stands. That's our cake."
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room.
Coming up at 4:30, the 10 oldest rock stars on tour this summer, as we will sit and spin right after emails on our question, what became unexpectedly dangerous? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. How's it going?
Hola. Doing well, man.
So when I was in the Air Force back, early 2000s, we went to Singapore. We used to bring our airplanes down there to fly against the Singapore Air Force, and then they put us up on these apartment-style buildings on the north side of the island, which is still pretty like jungle-ish versus Singapore City on the south side that you see in the movies. But anyway, one night we're out there and we're getting ready to go out, and I'm watching these guys. They're out in front, coworkers of mine. They're out there drinking beers and stuff, and they see a snake crossing the road. So they decide to grab a garbage can, about one of those 20, 30-gallon garbage cans, and walk over and drop it on top of the snake. So now the snake is caught inside of the garbage can. So I'm still watching them, and they decide to lift up the garbage can to see what they had caught. And when they lifted up that garbage can, about half the snake stood up and its hood opened. It was a king cobra.
Oh, jeez.
Hello.
So they flipped out, kicked the garbage can, and ran back toward the building, and the snake hightailed it back into the jungle.
Gee, they obviously did not think this plan through, because as soon as you said they put a garbage can on top of it, my first thought is, now what?
Is that the scariest snake just based on? I mean, I know black mambas are dangerous and they're nasty and big.
I think they're the scariest because universally people recognize what a cobra is. No one says what kind of snake. Once it puts out its hood, you know what it is, and you never hear anything.
Can't they spit venom into your eye or whatever and just kind of poison you that way?
Yeah. I think this was like a Malaysian king cobra, one of those big ones you see online, on
TikTok videos of these people that have snakes, but it was a pretty good sized snake, and it was not happy being in the garbage can.
How tall did that thing rear up?
At least a foot or two.
All right. Did that kind of freak you out just being in an area where those existed?
Well, they had kept. They had these locals who stayed in front of our buildings, and that was their job, was to make sure to go around the grounds and at least make sure the area we were staying were free of snakes, so that you didn't suddenly step on one day going out to the bus.
Were there any other local wildlife that they warned you about? So snakes are snakes, but I mean, like, what is it, in Thailand or something, where the monkeys basically just rob tourists and there's nothing they can do about it?
I didn't see anything else. I mean, I think there is also monkeys and things down there, but we really didn't see much of them. We just saw like snakes and stuff like that out there.
Yeah,
that's what they, like a snake. I get it. I know it's dangerous. I know it's venomous. It's a cobra. It is established that it's a cobra. I'm telling you, I don't trust monkeys because at least with the cobra, I mean, look, and obviously the cobra can kill you, but typically it's one. If you see a monkey and it's up to no good, you know it has 15 buddies somewhere that are ready to ambush your ass. There was a guy. Again, they showed him in Thailand, and Thailand does have these laws and rules. You can't bring harm to the monkey. So even though it's getting a little outrageous there, the cops are like, look, man, we can't even tase these things. We can't do anything. There's nothing we can do. And tourists still go there. So the monkeys are everywhere. And, yes, we know they'll steal your crap and all that. But they showed a guy, monkey is minding its own business. And it was, do you remember this, sitting on the edge of like a balcony? Maybe like a 4-foot balcony.
Okay.
And the guy walks up, and his buddy's filming him, and he pushes the monkey off the balcony. And the monkey makes one scream, and I swear to God, it's like 30 monkeys show up, and they're chasing this dude. And they catch up to him, and they basically commence to beating this guy's ass for pushing the monkey. And I'm like, why would you want to visit this place, man? Not that I recommend you push a monkey, but even if you don't push the monkey, they still ambush people. You know, like it'll snatch your glasses and, like, you know, you instinctively try to grab him back, and then it screams, and 15 of his buddies pop up behind a car. And it's like, why are you going there?
Yeah. I was terrified of my daughter living in Namibia.
Sure.
Just because I knew what was out there. There was one guy that was not too far away from with the town that she lived in, and he went out to use the bathroom one night, and a lion just grabbed his ass and drug him off.
Yeah. I remember you telling me, because I'm reading that, and I'm like, God, it's crazy. You're like, yeah, my daughter's there. I'm like, oh.
I know.
Oh, damn.
And she's walking to school every day, you know, and they go out at night, and most of those places, like the bars and things like that, are more of outdoor tiki-style open-air bars.
Yeah, it's hot. It's warm.
Right. So, you know, there's no walls or anything like that, you know.
And there's lions.
Yeah, you got a grass hut on, roof on top, and, you know, there's a bar in the middle like you're on vacation in, you know, the Caribbean, but it's out in the middle of Africa.
What about when you were on safari? Were you more worried about like a snake getting into your tent, or is it more like just the lions and big animals?
There were so many things. There were so many big bugs that were nuts.
Right.
Black mamba was the one that kind of freaked me out because they apparently can squeeze into just about anything.
Yeah.
And they're big. And I mean, there's a reason it's called a black mamba. This thing is huge. And they have a look about them that looks like they just want to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Like some snakes just, you know, like a boa constrictor, you can see one and go, all right, well, it's a beautiful animal.
Sure.
I know how it works. Black mamba doesn't do that. It bites you and then tries to eat you.
Yeah.
So to me, that was like, look, you can see an element and understand the inherent danger.
But you're not going to, if you're normal, you're not going to approach it. I just read an article about, it is in Manitoba. It's called the polar bear capital of the world. Okay.
All right.
And it's like Channing, Manitoba, something like that. Anyway, so I read this article. You can only get there by train or plane. There are no roads. Okay. So they took a train. It took 2 days from Winnipeg on this train in frigid temperatures to get there. But they went there during the winter, was the point of this. And so this person who wrote the article said, well, we came in the wintertime because this is the polar bear capital of the world, to the point that the only safe time is in the winter. Or maybe it's the opposite. Christ, that's why I don't go. Anyway, the polar bears are on the sea ice hunting, okay?
All right.
So you're reasonably safe to be there. This town has like 1,500 people, and everyone there says, look, man, you know, we have a couple of rules if you come here, I believe, during the summer. When the polar bears aren't on the water, they're on the land. And you can't go a day without, again, polar bears, okay? So everything's built to withstand polar bears attacking it, whether it's the vehicles, the hotels, all that kind of thing. But they have rules like you cannot walk alone at day or night in the city. They said if polar bears are back on land, like we just have a rule. So like when the kids go to school, they put them in these big like snowcat kind of thing. And I'm like, Why would you want to live there? I mean, like, your rule is like, bro, you don't even like open your door to get the mail.
No, in Victoria Falls, they had hippos walking up and down the street at night.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The restaurant I went to downtown was 4 blocks away.
All right.
It's the easiest walk in the world. They're like, you cannot walk home from this place.
Did you even say, dude, I'm
and they're
4
not trying.
blocks.
They're not trying to shake you down. They're not trying to get your money for an Uber because it's like $2.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to railroad you. It's just the fact that, and then they have these pictures up just to show you that we are not kidding. They're roaming the neighborhoods at night. It is not safe for you to walk, back to the hotel. And I'm like, well, there's no big perimeter fence or anything around the hotel either. So if they wanted to walk out there, I mean, it's just the same.
I would also think if a hippo wanted to open the door, it could. Elephant, hippo, lion. Hell, they show bears do it all the time. Just push the door off the hinges, and now they're in your house.
Mm-hmm. It's insane because it does look like a regular neighborhood.
I mean, I guess if you grow up somewhere where that happens, you just kind of get used to it.
Right, but I still feel like it's a different kind of danger. I mean, you're used to it. The rules are the rules. I get it, but also when you think about why is this rule in place? Oh, because at night, these wild animals that will kill you are out in droves. I mean, it just seems uncomfortable. I know what you're saying. Like, you don't know what you don't know. And maybe they don't know. So if they talk to Miles, and Miles says, I don't live in a place where that's an issue. Mm-hmm. Maybe they go, what do you do at night? Like, now then, you don't worry about it.
We talk about Australia all the time.
Sure.
But like my buddy Aaron, right, that lives down in...
You want to say Aaron?
No, but I almost died out. Like, I've gone out and like hung out and had dinner with him, and he's like, he goes, I don't know why you live in an area where there's like bears and cougars. He's like, you rent, I'm like, you ready? I'm renting cabins in the middle of nowhere in the state. He's like, that's an Australian. That's scary to us because we don't have that.
Right.
Your wilderness is kind of scary.
And we got cougars and coyotes in that park near you.
Yeah.
Like, they know they're in there. Like, what? A cougar? And they're like, he's somewhere in there. I'm like, cool.
You mean in downtown?
Not downtown, up by Northgate.
North Seattle.
Oh, okay.
And
but still, that's downtown to me.
It's not a massive, massive park, but it has enough dense foliage that whatever's in there, it's going to be in there.
There's just a little reserve back there.
But they're pretty sure there's the coyotes definitely.
Then there's a little ravine that goes through.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure I wouldn't walk it by myself, but I think that kind of takes you over to like where the lake and more wildlife is. Mm. But
it's carnivorous wildlife, man.
Right. So. Right, you expect some animals. The cougar could be a little scary, though. But I wouldn't be shocked if a bear walked up there.
I remember they found a bear on the campus of UW.
Yeah.
I'm like, did he Uber? I mean, it's in the middle of the city. There's no subtle way to get there. But he's on the UW campus, dead center of Seattle. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
You let your kid ride a scooter down there.
I do.
What became unexpectedly dangerous? 206-803-ROCK.
Well, you let him ride the scooter. You're probably not even worried about the bear.
Actually, I worry more about the scooter.
Right, traffic, other adults.
He's pretty good. He's like, why are you so worried about it? I'm like, dude, it's not you. I know you're cautious. Like anything, it's the other people on the road. And you are in the guaranteed to lose vehicle.
Yeah.
That's all. If you're driving a tank, I wouldn't sweat it. Hello, David. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hola.
So in 2005, I was working on a government contract in Kuwait, and we have to charter a plane to take some VIPs from Kuwait to Basra, and then from Basra to Kirkuk. And, of course, I was going with them. So I go through the whole, bidding process. And, of course, being a government contract, you have to take the lowest bidder. So they sent pictures of the plane, and I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. That's enough room. We can all get on it and go. And they came out of Dubai. So the plane shows up. It looks very nice from the outside. And, we get on. And this is in the middle of June. So in Kuwait, it was about 120. There was no air conditioning. It was a twin-turbo prop, and it was a Russian crew. And I was like, whatever. Cool, let's go. We all get on the plane, and Basra is probably 10 kilometers it's a 10-kilometer flight. But you have to get up to a certain altitude because when you're landing in a war-torn area, you have to land above the military airport, right? So we take off out of Kuwait, and I hear this really high-pitched squealing. And I'm like, well, this is already starting out pretty bad. And the higher we get, the higher pitch it gets. And at this time, one of the crew member walks by and I go, "Hey, what is the deal?" He goes, "Oh, the high pitch squeal. Yeah, it's just the cabin itself is, compressing, so it'll go away. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, the windows are a little loose. We just had the plane painted."
Great.
We had the plane painted. And I'm like, "Okay, well, what year is the plane?" He goes, "Oh, it's a Great Russian plane. It's a 1969 Antonov." And I'm like, I'm that old. This is freaking crazy, right? And so we get to above the airport, and if you've ever landed in a military area, basically you have to be over 10,000 feet, and you have to be within a certain diameter. Well, this certain diameter is very tight. And this passenger plane with my boss sitting right next to me across the aisle, he's kind of looking at me like, "This is crazy." The plane goes on its side, and you look out one window, all you see is desert. You look out the other window, all you see is sky. And he is like directly above me, and he starts shaking his head. And it's doing a circle above the airport. And the closer you get to the ground, all you see is in one window that the desert's getting closer. So this goes on for it seemed like forever. But then he levels out, and we touch the ground. We go down the tarmac, we get out the plane, and my boss looks at me and goes, "I'm not getting back on this damn thing." I'm like, well, we had to let like 2 or 3 people off there, and there was 12 of us, and 6 would not get back on the plane.
Oh, really?
Damn.
So how did they get back?
Oh, yeah. Well, you could take a convoy with the military, or you could take the plane. And they basically, they could do their meeting, and they were supposed to go to both places at some point. So they just said, "Screw it, we're going to do Basra first. You guys, if you're good enough to get on back on this plane, do the Kirkuk, we'll do Basra, we'll be good." So about that time, one of the Russian crew members steps out of the back of the plane with a little step ladder and a crescent wrench. And he starts tightening bolts on the tail of the plane.
Oh.
And we're all standing there just going, what? This is crazy. And so we went back and forth for like 30 minutes. We were supposed to leave like 30 minutes before to make it to Kirkuk, and everyone is like, "We're not doing it." So I'm talking to the pilot saying, "Hey, do you guys have another plane that you can bring up here?" No, sir. This is a great plane. No problems. It's awesome. So we get back on the plane, the ones that would actually get back on the plane, and the Russian guy comes through, and he's like, "You all need a drink?" And we're like, "No, we're good." And he goes, "Well, we have vodka." Well, Kuwait's a dry country, so now we are all sitting on the tarmac taking shots, straight vodka, just because.
I would too, man.
Yeah. So we leave, and the first flight was maybe 10 minutes.
I was going to ask how long a 10-kilometer flight is.
Yeah, it was like, well, you had to get to a certain altitude to start coming down over the top of, and that was the other thing. When we left Basra, you had to climb really fast.
Yeah.
So, we leave Basra. The plane barely feels like it's moving because we're just going straight up. Levels off, and it's like a 30-minute flight to Kirkuk. So we come above the same airport in Kirkuk and do the same thing, but this time when we turn to the side, all you see is tarmac, and it's a small plane. The door to the cockpit opens up, and every alarm is going off. You can hear it. Right?
The door opens on the plane?
On the cockpit.
Jesus.
So,
it is great plane, Miles.
Okay.
Yeah. And my boss is now, he's had probably 3 or 4 shots of vodka, and he's just smiling, and he's just like, "This is great," and I'm sitting there thinking we're all going to die.
Yeah, of course.
So we land. The alarms are going off. Same thing like it was in Basra. They tilt the plane back. We hit the tarmac. We come out, and we're supposed to be there for like 4 days. And we land. The Russian the Russian crew gets off. We get off, and I noticed that on the right side there are steel belts hanging out of the tire now. And so he's like, "Oh, great flight, guys. Really appreciate the business. Let me know, right?" And so my boss comes to me and says, "You need to send them an email right now and tell them not to come back to pick us up with that same plane." So I sent him an email, and like 2 days later, I get an email back from that company saying, "Yes, that plane has been grounded. We are now going to send a different plane up."
In other words, it crashed.
Like,
yeah.
No, there's not real like a federal regulations over the planes over there. But yes, a different plane came and got us, and it was much nicer. I didn't think I was going to lose my job over it. So,
well, there you go. When you hear that it's grounded, it's years ago we were at it was just like a fair or whatever. Me and my buddy were teenagers, and it's one of these rides. I don't know what you call it, but everyone gets an individual pod. 2 to 4 people per pod, but it's just me and my buddy Paul. Then it lifts you off the ground, so it looks like a big spider, and then it starts swinging you around, right? But then you have a lever inside, and you can kind of make it rotate on its own.
Yep. You can spin it around.
But there's 2 different levers. One, if you want to kind of spin. Another one, if you want to rock back and forth, if you know what I mean. So my buddy Paul's just jacking both levers. And I'm like asking him to stop. And this thing, it's just going crazy. But as he's doing it, we just hear this clang. Right? So he lets go of the levers. We let it go. We finish the ride. It drops back down. Now, we did have a lot of fun on the ride. So as we went through the rest of the fair, we're like, you know what, man? Let's get on that thing one more time. And I always remember it was Pod 9. When we came back to the ride, Pod 9 no longer in service.
Oh,
so
he broke it?
Like I said, we heard something that sounded mechanical because he was doing everything you're not really supposed to do, not both levers at the same time. I can't imagine he's the first person to do it, but still, like I said, we're not engineers, but you heard something definitely metallic, definitely something to do with this pod, so we just kind of let it go. But yeah, when we got back like an hour and a half later, it was decommissioned. You could not get back on that pod. Like, oh, man.
10 oldest rock stars on tour this summer. Ken up. We'll sit and spin, and we got your emails on the way next to the men's room at KISW.com.
coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, Congress has introduced a new bill that would allow a chicken to decide what its meat will be used for. But first, we hope you enjoyed last week's In Action News, a peek behind-the-scenes documentary directed by award-winning documentarian Mateo Cacaverde. Speaking of which, we have an additional programming note for this week.
Is this about mine and Mateo's hidden camera show that's supposed to air tonight?
Yes, it is, Felix. You convinced the network to air your hidden camera show, Don't Get Mad. The network has decided not to air it.
What? Man, we worked hard on that show, Playboy. What's the problem?
The problem, Felix, is that the people featured in your TV show, Don't Get Mad, didn't know they were on a TV show.
Well, yeah, Don't Get Mad is a hidden camera show.
Right. As I understand it, the premise of Don't Get Mad is basically the opposite of ABC's What Would You Do?
Exactly. See, on What Would You Do, they use hidden cameras to see how ordinary people behave when they're confronted with dilemmas that require them to take action.
Yes, and generally speaking, those people resort to being heroic. It shows ordinary people coming to the defense or rescue of someone else. It brings out the best in people.
Yeah, on my show, Don't Get Mad, we use hidden cameras to bring out the worst in people.
And now those people are threatening to sue if the show airs. Frankly, Felix, I can't blame these people for being angry with you.
What did I do?
Okay, well, you stuffed a piñata full of chili.
Yeah, that was Mateo's idea, man, but I liked it.
Felix, the piñata ended up being used at a children's party.
Of course it was used at a children's party, Stone. Who else uses piñatas?
Well, the parents were not very happy, and the chili ruined their carpet. Not to mention the disappointment of the children who were covered in chili instead of candy.
I know that, Stone. We got the reaction on camera. That's the whole point of hidden cameras, man.
Uh-huh. You also dressed a possum in a gimp suit and released it into a church during service.
Yeah, we did do that. That's the first time I ever heard a nun curse. Got that on camera, too.
Yeah, the church was not very pleased about that, Felix, nor was the nun who got caught cursing.
To be fair, man, that nun seemed like a real stick in the mud.
She's a nun, Felix. Nuns are the Lord-appointed fun police, and you know that. You and Mateo also put truck nuts on the hoods of school buses.
Yeah, the kids love that, Playboy.
The public school system and the parents did not, however. You also replaced every newborn in the maternity ward with shaved monkeys. Who shaves a monkey?
My cousin Earl. Earl saved anything for $5 or an order of curly fries. Whatever's more convenient for you at the time of saving. He's flexible.
What do you mean he'll shave anything? What else has your cousin Earl shaved?
Oh, he saved all kinds of things, Playboy. That's all I should share, unless you got $5 or some curly fries.
Felix, even if I did have $5 and curly fries, I would part with neither in exchange for your cousin
Earl.
Yes, I would part with neither in exchange for Earl to shave something.
Never say never, man.
Okay. For your show, you also went to a coffee shop 2 minutes before close and placed an order. Is that right?
Yeah, I ordered one grande quad non-fat, one pump, no whip mocha.
That's very annoying.
I also ordered one venti ice skinny hazelnut macchiato, sugar-free syrup, extra salt, light ice, no whip, one quad grande non-fat, extra hot caramel macchiato upside down.
What is upside down?
No idea, man. But I also ordered one iced half-calf Ristretto venti 4-pump, sugar-free cinnamon dulce soy skinny latte.
Felix!
And one grand chai tea latte 3-pump skim milk, light water, no foam, extra hot.
You ordered all of that 2 minutes before closing?
There were 2 minutes to close when we started the order. By the time we finished making it all, it was 15 after. Then we accidentally dropped the entire order on the floor. That was one angry barista, Playboy. But we got it on camera.
Yeah, Felix, the barista is one of the people threatening to sue you and the network if your show airs.
So the network isn't going to show Don't Get Mad.
No, Felix, they are not. And before you even asked, the network also canceled your show, The Masked Finger. The Fox network argued that it infringes on their show, The Masked Singer.
Very different shows, Playboy.
I believe you, but the network is canceling both Don't Get Mad and The Masked Finger.
That ain't right, man.
Yeah, I was excited about The Masked Finger. Well, not everything is canceled. We'll be back next hour.
Hello, everyone. This has been an In Action News broadcast, a comedian dysfunction. Watch all In Action News videos, new and old, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@inactionnews.
And make sure you like and subscribe, man. And be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media platforms at In Action News. Beat on the can, beat on the grill. Took a hold on the terrain, just get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, ain't no turning back. No, we living, you, me, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the top, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up to the top. We finally got a piece of the pie. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to cough in your hair, you know. It's mostly on the scalp because you're going bald, you know.
All right, where's his bandage?
No, I was not thinking the Jefferson theme, man. Leave me alone.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Ages of rock stars on tour this summer. Coming up as we'll sit and spin, but first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a few from our question, what became unexpectedly dangerous? Rappelling in Mason County was a lot of fun till the rope broke. Fell over 100 feet and was stuck up there with a broken back.
Jesus.
10 hours before I got airlifted out. Shout out to the guy that ran several miles down for help. John Simpson, R.I.P., buddy. That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, a little bit.
That one already sounds a little dangerous.
Well, yeah.
It does. Mm-hmm. But now he knows that.
My cousin Raymond was camping in the Spruce Knob area of the Appalachian Mountains. And he and his buddy, they would take these trips. They would go to different places, check out different trails, and they'd be gone for a week or so, whatever.
Yeah.
And his buddy gets out of the tent one night to go use the bathroom. I think he had to go number 2. And he walked off of a cliff.
Oh. Just to poop?
200 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, he was gone. So Raymond had to run back to the, well, first of all, he figured out a way to circumvent and get down there.
Yeah.
To check on his buddy. At the time, his buddy still had a pulse.
All right.
And he was breathing, but he was unconscious. So then Raymond ran back like 2 days to the car.
Jesus Christ.
To be able to drive to a gas station to call somebody for help. And then they had to hike back in again. And by the time they got there, he was not around.
Because he had to poop.
Because he had to poop in the middle of the night.
Nobody thinks pooping is dangerous. Not that dangerous.
Well, he just wanted to get away from the tent.
Well, of course. He's doing all the right things.
Yeah, exactly. We just stepped right off a cliff.
Damn.
Guys, driving to QFC on my lunch break, going 25, got T-boned by a guy that was running from the cops. Cheers, bitches. That from Jamie. That sucks.
Uh-huh.
And the running of the bulls Well, I think you understand that there is an inherent risk to doing that.
It's running with bulls. Yeah. Would you do it?
Not now. I probably would have in my 20s or early 30s.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
what is your most sprite era of life?
I mean,
Because, man, I'm just trying to
18?
think. Yeah, I'm trying to think. When
that would have been my best bet.
When am I at my fastest?
I feel like I would do it now.
Would you do it now?
I would think I would do it now. Now, I know I have a closing window because kind of same thing. I know I'm slowing down. I'm starting to hurt in places that I don't know why I'm hurting there.
Well, they're also cobblestone streets, so you have an easy opportunity to twist an ankle.
But people aren't necessarily getting taken out because they're slow. Because when you watch the bulls, they're running past you.
Oh, sure.
They are faster than you. It's not like they're singling out some slow guy. So even if you're sprinting and you're keeping a good pace, the bull catches up to your ass, and you still people see him just get slung into the sidewalk. Because to me, if it doesn't matter if you're slow or fast, then there's no reason for me to be involved at all. Because I don't know what the strategy is then. Right?
Well, it's one thing to go out on a run. If I do go for a run, I start very, very slowly and work my way into it and see what my pace is and all that. I mean, you're talking about just from a dead sprint. I mean, that's where I pull a hammy or some crap.
But I do think your motivation's different when you say there's a 2-ton bull with horns behind you. Like, I feel like even as a smoker for decades, like, I'm going to find it within myself to keep running.
All right, let's get some
that's what I'm saying. Like, right? Like, I did that boxing match. It was 28.
Yeah.
It's like late 20s, early 30s. Probably would have done it. But right now, I just feel like I'm just going to get run over by a bull.
Me too.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter the age. Slow, fat, skinny, whatever your conditioning is, like, it doesn't matter there.
It's not even about being run
like
over by a
Usain Bolt will still get stomped by one of these bulls. Yeah, he's fast.
What was the guy that was like the world famous who came back, bullfighter? And the picture of him a couple weeks ago is basically that horn straight in the
backside.
That's what I'm worried about.
He's known as like the greatest bullfighter in Spanish history. All right, and I don't remember what he did. I don't even think he was injured by a bull. I think like he pulled his own hammy or something. But he's making his big comeback. People are cheering him. He does this thing. That bull tore his ass up, and I mean that literally.
Yeah,
that's all.
I mean, that's that
because it's a bull.
Step on me. How about that? I'll take that. I know it's going to hurt. I'll take the hoof to the back before I'll take the horn to the bum.
And that's the thing. What motivates the horn? Because every year that they show the running of the bulls, some people get stepped on, and I understand that. And you're right. Like, there's nothing personal. But people that get gored, I'm like, there are 200 people around you, and this bull has stepped on 8 of them, all right? But they singled this dude out and put their horn at him. I'm like, what is it about you? Is it your cologne?
Also,
I want to know everything.
In Africa, they cut a lot of the horns off of the rhinos.
Yeah.
And the reason they do that is so that they're not poached. Because that's
That's
leave,
what they poach them
They'll
for.
leave the animal dead.
Yeah.
And just take those horns.
So we're going to take the horns before the other people do.
What I'm saying is, with those bulls, you would think that they could just cut those horns.
What, the running of the bulls?
Yeah.
But that takes the excitement out.
I know. Well, it does.
I mean, look, there's a reason I won't do it.
Yeah.
I get it, but yeah.
All right, let's get some extra emails here. We have no birthdays today. No one's celebrating a birthday in Seattle.
No one was born on this day. Not one.
Not one person. Not one. Yep.
Dip responsibly.
Apparently, they're having sex responsibly.
Had some of the men's room roasted red salsa over the weekend. Had it yesterday. Fantastic, man.
Excellent.
Yes. Had the sausage. Had the beer.
We had the sausage on Sunday, along with some champagne for the Arsenal.
That's right.
Did not have the salsa, but yeah, the sausage. We just kind of chopped them up and had them at like it happened.
Did they put the audio on the TV for you at 9 a.m.?
Well, I was just watching it with my buddies.
I thought you were going to the bar.
I'm doing that next Saturday for Champions League final.
I got you. Okay.
The best quote I heard, I'll talk about it more later. What did he say? I've heard North London forever like 10 times already this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our boy was. He'd heard a lot that day already. Somebody was feeling no pain.
Okay.
How about this one? The subject is the return of the red. Now being served at Foley's on the Green, a golf bar at Meadow Park in Tacoma on the golf course.
Nice.
Have a great photo, but not sure how to send it. My name's Jenny. I'm the front house manager, and once it became available, we got it tapped right away. Yeah. Super delicious beer. Thank you, guys. No, thank you.
For someone who doesn't know to send a photo, you did a great job because we got the photo.
And that's not too far away from where I play, so I can stop in there next weekend and
get drunk
and grab one.
Get drunk on Jenny.
Well, I just grab one right now. But
just tell, hey, Jenny said it's all right.
Yeah.
That's all you got to tell.
She's the front house manager. I know the front house manager.
She said it was okay. She's picking up the tab. Everything.
Here's one as far as how the dress or the costume affected the situation. Guys, I have a bunny suit from the Christmas Story, perfect replica. and I would wear it on Christmas going to the movies every year. One year I left the movies, went to the bar Christmas Day, and turned my phone back on from the theater to see a lot of missed calls and texts from my father and siblings. My grandfather had a really bad stroke and was in Harborview, and they were asking if I wanted to go see him. Now, I start crying at the bar top, all pink bunny of me with my big beard. This was not a good look. 2 weeks later, the bartender showed me a picture someone took of me at the bar in my costume, crying with vodka in hand.
Oh, no.
God, I wish I had that picture still.
That is kind of bad.
Not bad, buddy. Sad, buddy.
And it's Christmas.
Sad,
Nobody's
buddy.
going to know you personally are dealing with that. They just
No.
think you're out there crying on Christmas.
Yeah, lonely all by yourself at the bar.
They'd be like, you know why he's alone? He's dressed like a rabbit. Because that's what people would do. I know why he's crying. He's dressed
Subject is,
dude, that would be such a great meme. I wish you could find that picture and post it.
Oh, he sent a picture in the bunny costume. I think you saw that up on the print.
But not the crying one.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Subject is dream, Olabicholos. Funny you guys did a segment on dreams the other day and what they mean, because I literally just told my friend about the weirdest dream. In the dream, me and my friend went to a bar and somehow ran into Miles, Thrill, and Ted Smith. We were all drinking together, and apparently Miles and Thrill were both trying to hook up with my friend. Meanwhile, Ted and I ended up kissing. That from Maggie.
Yeah.
No. Hey.
How's Maggie's
all right.
kissing skills?
Hey, look, it's been 15 years. Dream Ted is still out there doing it.
You know, I was going to throw
He's
this out
just
there.
better than I am.
I find that offensive. It's her dream.
Correct.
But her brain's like, I want Ted.
Yeah.
You know, Miles and Thrill, they can have my friend. I don't care.
Hey,
that
you
hard.
were there, dude.
I was that. Well, sorry. Yeah.
Subject is wow. Subject is Liverpool. Olovitches. To quote the Ted Smith, I'd like to go to Liverpool, but I'm not going to go. Boo. Ted, you'd have a blast there. You can see the best parts and sights within a couple days, which include allowing for the heaviest drinking sessions with total strangers talking your ear off that you would have anywhere in the UK, aside from maybe Newcastle. In fact, that's pretty much the reason I've lived here since moving to the UK. And we're only down the road from Manchester, so you can visit two major cities in a very short space of time. Don't be a stranger. It's far cheaper and friendlier here than London, and guaranteed to be a highlight of any trip to the UK by anyone. Cheers, bitches. That from Sean in England.
Come on, Ted.
Specifically Liverpool.
Look, he's not wrong. I have a friend that lives in Liverpool. In London. So that's why I'm going back to London to
we're
see him.
just saying that this is as close as you're going to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, look, when people visit us from the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
They have never been out here. They come to Seattle. And yeah, you show them the market and all this kind of thing. But the other two places they always bring up are Portland and Vancouver. Correct. And I say, look, guys, this is as close as you're going to be. Hop on the train, knock yourself out. And they're glad they did. And they don't know people there, Ted. It's just they say to themselves, you know, I'm not often here. And I want to see these places, so let's go do it. You're going to be in England, man.
You're right. But at some point, I want to enjoy a couple days somewhere, right? It's Belfast, Killarney, London.
How long is it? 7 days?
I'm going for like 10, so it's kind of like 2 or 3 at each city. But sorry, Liverpool, Jesus.
Do you have different attire from being Irish Ted to being UK Ted?
Not really. I'm just going to be just a big old ugly American, hang out.
Wow, you're treating Liverpool like that one lady's dreams treat Mike. Just not even included.
It's not on the list.
Coming up at 5:08, we will drink and toast with a shot of the day. But first,
Time to open.
yeah,
Wow,
it's Thursday already.
I'm not ready for that.
I screwed this up. Somehow I got rid of the doggone intro. We're gonna have to play this fun. Hang on.
Time to.
No.
Head chef, are you ready?
Oh, this is bad.
He really wants me to do. I can come up with something real quick.
Hang on. Where's my doggone
That is
intro?
great. Is it because today is Tuesday and not Monday?
It might be.
Doesn't just throw your whole thing off.
No, hang on.
Do you need help?
No, hang on.
He can get through it, man.
I'll
That's why
figure
he wasn't
this
in the
out. I have
dream.
no freaking idea where the damn thing's at.
This is
Hang on.
smooth.
It's gonna be so smooth. All right, you ready? This one at least is it. Okay, hang on.
Are you sure?
This is gonna be wild. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? I don't know how this is gonna work. Here we go.
There we go.
KISW.
I've been thinking about this all day. Let's just get it over with. Let's rip the Band-Aid.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our own Jeets is going to try to drink 3 Jones soda, bacon flavored, within 90 seconds. Are you ready, Jeets?
I'm ready.
The clock starts in 3, 2, and in 1.
Still the best thing you ever had?
Oh, my God.
How bad is it?
You never sipped one, did you?
No.
You got to sip.
It's like drinking shards of glass.
It is awful, man.
Go Sounders.
All right, there's one down.
Oh, my God. I'm jonesing for another one, guys. This isn't going well.
Half of number 2 down.
Oh, God. What's the time?
You have 45 seconds right now. 2 down. Take your time on this one if you need to.
What's with the face, man?
No, man. I need to get this over with.
35 seconds.
All right, you can't drink anything the rest of the day.
30 seconds.
This is the worst thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Ted's bacon juice.
You have 20 seconds. It doesn't even look.
Oh, my God. It's so
You have
bad.
15 seconds.
I'm really going to puke.
You have 15 seconds. That's what I'm here for. 10, 9, done. Wow. Unbelievable. Jeets nails it on the return of Stunts on a Dime. Looks like we got to look for some tickets for you. You all right?
No. I'll be in the bathroom as soon as we go commercial.
You're going to make yourself puke, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's my advice.
206-421-ROCK, 800-783-ROCK. Text your bad jokes to the men's room at KISW.com or text 77999. Send them that way. We're going to come back and kick off the weekend with Ryan Castle, the Drunk in Charge. A Bad Joke Friday next.
You got to go?
Take over the board.
Yeah. Right.
It's the worst
Hey.
shit in the world.
Follow him. Follow him.
Wait, I gotta find a joke. Help me out.
That's so gross.
Castle, I will puke on you.
It's all right. That's what I'm here for. It's one of 2 reasons I would follow you to the bathroom.
I don't want to know what the other one is. Look at that spit.
Oh, can you at least head for the...
This is Stunts on a Dime number 2. Oh, God!
It looks like bacon. Get some color on that. Oh, jeez. It looks like your insides are dying.
Oh my God. Dude, it's so gross. Bill Saunders.
Oh, God. You might get a courtesy puke out of me. Look at the color on that.
Oh my God.
I think you should probably see a doctor, dude.
What?
I think you should probably see a doctor.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that looks like blood.
No, dude. It's not f***ing blood. It's the color of bacon, dude.
Jeez, you still alive, dude? Oh no, that's so
Look at
sick.
that. You should leave that there. Maybe someone will think.
Oh my God.
Somebody, hey, wipe up the stuff you got.
I will. I'm not done yet, Castle.
Looks like a fetus. Jeez had an abortion.
Have any?
Dude,
don't
I
have any-
gotta get this fucking taste out of my mouth. I need
Water.
to chase it with something. No, water is just gonna enhance it.
Hey, Metal Shop, can you help Jeets chase
Yeah.
that taste out of his mouth?
Yeah, I got something for him.
Go ahead, boys.
Oh, too late now. Well done, though, man. I'm impressed.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I have a video camera in the bathroom.
It's cool.
Yeah.
99.9 KISW.
Have you been working out on a diet or what?
Yeah. I've been both. Yeah.
Fasting.
How much weight have you lost?
Lost 30 pounds.
You're kidding me.
From the fattest that I was.
It makes your penis look so much bigger when you lose some weight.
It does. Yes.
Is that a little hedge clearing?
No, I'm under 200 pounds for probably the first time. Is this a woman's show?
Yes, it is.
This is like, a little bit. This is like...
We're going
to crock pots next.
No. What kind of salads do you like, John?
Yes,
You ever had a Cobb? It's delicious.
No, but those shows where people lose 400 pounds?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's women pornography. I mean, it's like, I would get called in, literally, you got to see it. He's lost. I was like, I don't really. And then there's one recently that combines a wedding with losing weight. And I was like, man, they've got that demographic just.
Oh, to fit into the dress or whatever?
Just dialed in.
Are they just running out of ideas? Is it just like, let's mash up all the different ideas we've had, put them together and see what kind of reality show I get?
That's what it seems like.
Here's the wedding dress, lose weight. But what happens if you don't lose the weight? Like, is there a time limit on it? Like, look, here's the date you've set. If you don't do it, well, we're just putting your fat ass up on the altar, and those are the pictures you live with.
Do you think?
The thing is about losing weight is that there was a time a couple of years ago people just didn't recognize me because I just got really bloated and I was just and
when they do, it's never good. Like John Keister.
I'd have to.
Fat guy looks kind of familiar.
I think that's John Keister.
I go to school with you.
I'd introduce myself and oh yeah. So when I like
the
I say started.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, John.
Exactly.
Hey, how have things been, man?
But
you seem really jolly.
Yeah.
No shortage of food though.
No.
See, you're eating well.
Right.
You must be working somewhere.
Is there room in the reality world for a sketch comedy type show or an acting type show where wannabes who have been wanting to get into more of a theater aspect of it could get together, try some lines, and try to make a little magic? That's one that we haven't seen. We've seen who can be funny doing stand-up. We've seen who can sing, who can this, who can that. But if you really be an actor or a thespian or a comedic actor, is that a... I think I'd watch it.
As long as it, involved, hoarding or some sort of other behavior.
Actors and hoarders.
Yeah, as long as it,
He's a fine actor and has 800 boxes in his
wedding. As long as it
what exactly is it that you're teaching? I know you're doing video, but I mean, I would imagine, and like you said, these kids come in, they've seen you late night, so I would think a lot of the questions they have for you outside of class have nothing to do with what you're teaching.
I teach script writing, and that's what I teach. I teach them how to write scripts, but the kind of stuff that you get into when you're at the Art Institute is you get a lot of scripts about vampires, or you'll hear in the hallway, you'll hear like these little snatches of conversation where like, that's not how you kill a vampire. That's just a bunch of Hollywood BS. And you're like, what possibly could have preceded that?
What
that
other
thing?
method do you know of killing a vampire other than Hollywood BS?
And then now it's, the spring quarter is coming on, and we just today I had to go in because we had to have our ethics class where the teachers get together and they,
Is it acceptable to edit amateur porn for this
and
class?
they're like, but it's like, when it's spring quarter, everybody starts wearing their shorts and the tattoos become visible and it's like, I don't understand what, I look at these young women and all of a sudden, like, you'll see these things creeping out,
of the breast,
of their cleavage. And these are like beautiful young women who are looking at themselves in the mirror saying, what these perfect, firm breasts need is a wizard and a unicorn. That's what they need, If only they had if only they had a wizard and a unicorn on them, then that won't send anyone screaming out of the room in 20 years.
But what is it with women? Like, we say certain things change, certain things never change. One thing that never changes, no matter what the economy, the price of weed has stayed the same. The other thing is women seem to love unicorns and rainbows on their boobs.
Yeah,
maybe not anywhere else.
And butterflies.
But when it's the boob, it's like, no.
No,
this
you're
is
not. You're not improving on this.
Right.
This is a bad. There should be a waiting period in a tattoo part. Like there should be a cooling off period before I want a wizard and a unicorn and
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, Congress has introduced a new bill that would allow a chicken to decide what its meat will be used for. But first, We hope you enjoyed last week's In Action News, a peek behind-the-scenes documentary directed by award-winning documentarian Mateo Cacaverde. Speaking of which, we have an additional programming note for this week.
Is this about mine and Mateo's hidden camera show that's supposed to air tonight?
Yes, it is, Felix. You convinced the network to air your hidden camera show, Don't Get Mad. The network has decided not to air it.
What? Man, we worked hard on that show, Playboy. What's the problem?
The problem, Felix, is that the people featured in your TV show Don't Get Mad didn't know they were on a TV show.
Well, yeah, Don't Get Mad is a hidden camera show.
Right. As I understand it, the premise of Don't Get Mad is basically the opposite of ABC's What Would You Do?
Exactly. See, on What Would You Do, they use hidden cameras to see how ordinary people behave when they're confronted with dilemmas that require them to take action.
Yes, and generally speaking, those people resort to being heroic. It shows ordinary people coming to the defense or rescue of someone else. It brings out the best in people.
Yeah, on my show, Don't Get Mad, we use hidden cameras to bring out the worst in people.
And now those people are threatening to sue if the show airs. Frankly, Felix, I can't blame these people for being angry with you.
What did I do?
Okay, well, you stuffed a piñata full of chili.
Yeah, that was Mateo's idea, man, but I liked it.
Felix, the piñata ended up being used at a children's party.
Of course it was used at a children's party, Stone. Who else uses piñatas?
Well, the parents were not very happy, and the chili ruined their carpet. Not to mention the disappointment of the children who were covered in chili instead of candy.
I know that, Stone. We got the reaction on camera. That's the whole point of hidden cameras, man.
Aha. You also dressed a possum in a gimp suit and released it into a church during service.
Yeah, we did do that. That's the first time I ever heard a nun curse. Got that on camera, too.
Yeah, the church was not very pleased about that, Felix, nor was the nun who got caught cursing.
To be fair, man, that nun seemed like a real stick in the mud.
She's a nun, Felix. Nuns are the Lord-appointed fun police, and you know that. You and Mateo also put truck nuts on the hoods of school buses.
Yeah, the kids love that, Playboy.
The public school system and the parents did not, however. You also replaced every newborn in the maternity ward with shaved monkeys. Who shaves a monkey?
My cousin Earl. Earl saved anything for $5 or an order of curly fries. Whatever's more convenient for you at the time of saving. He's flexible.
What do you mean he'll shave anything? What else has your cousin Earl shaved?
Oh, he saved all kinds of things, Playboy. That's all I should share, unless you got $5 or some curly fries.
Felix, even if I did have $5 and curly fries, I would part with neither in exchange for your cousin
Earl.
Yes, I would part with neither in exchange for Earl to shave something.
Never say never, ma'am.
Okay. For your show, you also went to a coffee shop 2 minutes before close and placed an order, is that right?
Yeah, I ordered one grande quad non-fat, one pump, no whip mocha.
That's very annoying.
I also ordered one venti iced skinny hazelnut macchiato, sugar-free syrup, extra hot, light ice, no whip, one quad grande non-fat, extra hot caramel macchiato upside down.
What is upside down?
No idea, man. But I also ordered one iced half-calf Rastrello venti 4-pump, sugar-free cinnamon dulce soy skinny latte.
Felix!
And one grand chai tea latte 3-pump skim milk, light water, no foam, extra hot.
You ordered all of that 2 minutes before closing?
There were 2 minutes to close when we started the order. By the time we finished making it all, it was 15 after. Then we accidentally dropped the entire order on the floor. That was one angry barista, Playboy. But we got it on camera.
Yeah, Felix, the barista is one of the people threatening to sue you and the network if your show airs.
So the network isn't going to show Don't Get Mad.
No, Felix, they are not. And before you even asked, the network also canceled your show, The Masked Finger. The Fox network argued that it infringes on their show, The Masked Singer.
Very different shows, Playboy.
I believe you, but the network is canceling both Don't Get Mad and The Masked Finger.
That ain't right, man.
Yeah, I was excited about The Masked Finger. Well, not everything is canceled. We'll be back next hour. Hello, everyone. This has been an In Action News broadcast, a Comedia Dysfunction. Watch all In Action News videos, new and old, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@inactionnews.
And make sure you like and subscribe, man. And be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media platforms at In Action News. Beat on on the can, beat on the grill. Took a hold on the right, just get up the hill. Now we're up in the big leagues. Ain't no bad. No, we living. You, me, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the top. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up to the top. We finally got a piece of the pie. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cough in your hair, you know. It's mostly on the scalp because you're going bald, you know.
All right, where's his bandage?
No, I was not thinking the Jefferson theme, man. Leave me alone.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, cut up here until 5:08. We'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines coming up at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Serve it on a plate.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Miles. A growing number of parents, teachers, and school districts are saying that it's time to scale back how many screens that we're putting in classrooms.
They've been saying that forever.
And the articles started out with, and I don't believe it's wrong, is like they were trying to put screens in there. Everybody needs a laptop. Everybody needs these learning tools that are out there. Then all of a sudden, the laptops show up, the different computers, the tablets, and other screens, and all of a sudden, it's starting to bubble out of control. And it's what the only thing the kids are staring at in those classrooms now.
It's right on the freaking chalkboard that you have in the front of the class.
Yeah.
Or dry erase.
Dry erase. I don't think they even have chalkboards anymore.
I mean, that's the thing. If nothing else, when you write on the board and you're commanding the student's attention, you know who's paying attention based on whether or not they're looking at the board.
Right.
Right. If I had a computer, like, dude, I promise you, I'm surfing porn. I'm doing. I was a bad student, but if you gave me that out,
right,
like, oh, I'm absolutely not paying attention.
And unfortunately, just given the age when the pandemic happened, there's a lot of these kids who only know learning from those tablets and stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
It's right on the board, guys.
It will fix itself in the way that they're going to create a technology that the kids aren't able to just go and goof off on the tablets, and they'll become a learning tool that it's basically bolted to the desk.
I understand. And you could also just write on the board. That's worked.
Yeah, you could.
That has worked.
Yeah.
That's all.
Or at least change the age that we're doing that.
Yeah, okay, maybe that's
We don't need third graders on the tablets.
No.
Yeah, give them the board.
Right on the board.
There you go. The 6th annual Great Florida Bigfoot Conference is set to take place in Florida next month.
I don't think they can take ownership of that.
What do you mean?
Bigfoot?
Oh, it's like it's being like the, Alligator Fest.
Right. Up here in Seattle.
Come on.
Seattle Alligator Fest.
It's a competition?
It's a conference. It is a conference.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying that Bigfoot, as hairy as he is, as big as he is, Florida's not the ideal place for a Bigfoot to live.
But in the end, it's a conference. Right? I mean, look, when they do these radio conventions, they do them in, say, Vegas It's not the biggest market. Do it in L.A. or New York. Right, that's the truth. I've got a friend who works for Microsoft, but she's a part of the Consumer Electronics Show every year.
Yeah.
Has to go through that. They do it in Vegas. Other people there. If you're talking about tech, you should do it in Seattle or San Francisco, right?
Well,
but I think they do it in Florida because Florida doesn't have laws and you're at a conference.
And there's a couple of them. So this is the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference.
All right, where else can we go?
Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Conference.
See, I don't want to go there.
What about the 2026 Texas Bigfoot Conference?
Texas
I'm made for
Bigfoot
barbecue, sure.
That would be fun.
What about the Blue Ridge
Bigfoot
Feast? Fest.
Oh, I was like, wow, that's a different term.
Yeah.
Oh, we got us some Bigfoots.
We got a lot of different things.
We caught one. There's no photos, but you can eat it.
We got Slapping Joe. That's 100% Bigfoot.
And then, of course, there's the Alaskan Bigfoot Cruise.
Oh, sure.
Again, no.
We need to have a conference up here.
We do, man.
The Northwest Bigfoot Conference.
Yeah.
It has to exist.
And they only serve Bigfoot Java.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love Bigfoot.
I used to go to that one down in Auburn all the time. Getting on the highway or whatever.
There's one near my place off of 6th. I got to get there early because the line gets too friggin' big. I love Bigfoot. A mother in New York is being praised for why she won't fly her kids in first class in spite of being able to afford to. Basically,
what is the question?
So she's a very wealthy woman, and she could easily, and all these. She's talking about we're flying to all these very, very nice places. She says, I specifically do not book my kids in first class or even business class. I send them all the way back to coach, and the reason why is because she didn't want them growing up being on planes to these fancy places, seeing good, hardworking people walking by them as they sit in first class.
What's wrong with that?
Because she doesn't want them to get a status differential there. She doesn't want them to believe that these hardworking people are beneath them because they're going into coach.
I think there's a different way to phrase. If you say that, then they might think that.
You're not getting drinks up here because you're a kid. I am. Yeah. I'm going to upgrade to business class.
There you go.
Or whatever.
Right.
You know? I mean, if I can get an upgrade. Yes. You know why? Because the money goes to is for the booze.
Right.
For me.
That's
Wasn't
what
there
I'm
an
paying
actress
for.
just last week? Somebody famous or a singer.
It was.
And she was just like.
Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, and she was like, the kids could fly and coach.
Right. Well, once she said her mom booked the flight. Like, my mom booked the flight, and again, I have no problem with that. Like, are you guys paying for these tickets?
Right. Well, so there's plenty of room for a kid to sit and be comfortable.
Right.
Absolutely.
They don't want booze. They don't need a lot of room.
And going back to the doggone tablet, they're just going to be on that freaking thing the entire flight.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And man, I was just happy to be on a plane when I was a kid. I just thought it was a cool experience.
Yeah.
I don't need all the bells and whistles.
And they don't know the difference.
Right.
Like you said, they're happy to be on a plane. They're still going to get taken care of by the flight crew. Because when you're a kid, you get taken care of different. And first class, I'm taken care of like a child that can consume alcohol.
And also, look, I'm going to pay for their food. So even though I'm sitting up there, I'm going to say, here's my card. Whatever my kids want, just bring my card back.
This woman couldn't win because if she put them in first class, they would tell her, why are you doing that?
Correct.
Right. So I think she's doing the right thing.
See, I'm on the other side of it where it's like stick with your kids because I don't want to have to sit next to your supervised kid.
How old are
on
the
this
kids?
flight. Yeah, that's a big factor.
I guess that's right.
That's a big factor.
If they're
Just
5, I go, no.
Put your thinking caps on, Jess. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. I give you guys a 20% chance on this one. It's a two-part word, if you will. It's a noun with the letters being GK. All right, you ready? GK. It's 2 words, but it refers to a complicated and difficult problem. It's often used in the phrase "to cut the GK," in which
Gordian knot.
Gordian knot. Steve, the
that's
thrill.
gotta be.
Boom.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Wow.
I have never heard this once in my life.
Really?
No.
I have heard it before. I don't know even if it's an actual knot. I'm sure it is, but I've only heard it used in the reference that you gave.
Right. It's a difficult situation.
Right. It's like saying a cluster F.
To solve a difficult problem in a very direct way by doing something forceful or extreme.
Yeah.
You're cutting the Gordian knot.
Okay.
All right.
Never heard of that.
Neither have I.
Huh.
Neither have I.
Well, now you have.
According to a new report, Sweden is the first EU country to become smoke-free. Very clean
So, like,
air
you
over
couldn't
there.
even, like, smoke a cig there if you smoke?
I don't believe so, yeah.
Where's this?
Sweden.
I'm not going.
That seems wild.
Right?
It does, but also, it's just one of those countries.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Everything's about health. And then also, since they take care of your health care, they're probably like, look, hey, man, we're not paying for this.
Right. Exactly. Quit smoking.
But what's the punishment? Is it a fine?
It's got to be a fine.
Yeah. See, the problem with cigarette smoke is you can't disguise it. Like,
Right.
if you lit up a cigarette and blow out the smoke, like, people know you just smoke a cigarette.
What if they had cities that had smoking sections, like they did with restaurants back in the day? You know, at one point it was all smoking. It's like, okay, no, that part of town, that's a smoking section. You want to smoke here, you go live over there.
I think they find a lot of tourists there.
That's right.
It said the cruise I went on, it's a European company that does the cruise, thus most people on there are European.
Yeah.
Like 85% of them smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, they don't give it a second thought.
Half of Americans say the fun in their lives has disappeared.
Wow.
Damn.
Half of Americans.
Half of Americans. The fun in their life has disappeared.
This doesn't matter, age, whatever. Just half of Americans.
Half of Americans.
This sucks now.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Doesn't have to suck. You're just not having any fun.
right.
Ted.
Things are more expensive these days, and any experience. You know, we can talk about inflation, but at the end of the day, the entertainment industry is absolutely blowing the prices out of the water here. So everything's more expensive. So nobody actually, even if you can afford to go and go to the movies,
Is that where you want to spend your money?
Right.
When you
You're
add up what it's going to cost, you're like, there's like 4 other things I could think.
right, you're going to take a shot right to the gut, and then you're going to sit there the first 5 minutes like, I paid how much for this? Like, your expectations go way higher because you paid too much friggin' money to be there. Disneyland. People can't go down there and just enjoy a time anymore. They're looking at their bank account where they can't make their mortgage payment.
Yeah,
Because they went to doggone Disney. But you know what? It doesn't have to break the bank to have fun.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So good news for all of you. I have found 10 cheap and easy ways to have a great time.
Sheila on Aurora.
That's honestly, that was 11.
That was 11,
So
okay.
didn't make the top 10, but yeah.
Granted, I only gave her 4 stars. If I given her 5, I'm sure she'd have been top 10.
Keep it reasonable.
So you gotta have a bit of an open mind. At the end of the day, fun is what you make it.
Sure.
No matter what the experience is that you're gonna have, you know, you can bring down your expectation of how much fun you're going to have, what counts as fun, and what you take enjoyment in. So I want you to just kind of go into this with that mindset, because this is what they gave us. Number 10, plan a stargazing and camping night.
Well,
Okay.
If you're into that, yeah.
Depends on where you live.
Pitch a tent in your own backyard or find a cozy spot on your balcony.
Oh, I've done that.
Back to Sheila. Find a cozy spot on your balcony with hot cocoa and tell stories under the stars.
I mean, look, I like stargazing if I'm in a place where you can actually see the sky.
Yes.
Right? Because we don't live in an area where you get that.
That's
and then
my
every
only
once in a while, you go out to the gorge or something, right? And the lights go down, and you're like, good God.
Yeah.
That said, the only reason I'm camping at the gorge is because there's a band I want to see.
Correct.
And I'm not anti-camping, but I'm like, I've been homeless. So playing homeless in the woods brings zero appeal to me.
And I'm kind of with you. You know, I did the camping through scouts, and towards the end of my scouting career, I was not motivated to go out on camping trips anymore.
I mean, it's fine.
You know, much like the quadding down in the dunes, like I was talking about, there's an awful lot of prep and there's a whole lot of breakdown that happens when it comes to it, and the fun payoff is just not near enough for me. I will say. I did summer camp 1 year in Scouts, and I took the astronomy merit badge. And one of the last tasks that they had us do is they hiked us out in the middle of a field out there on the campsite, and then we learned about stars and all that. We fell asleep. He woke us up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to look at the stars up in the sky. It was a clear AF night. I had never seen so many stars in my entire life, and I want to witness that again. That was amazing.
The problem is you got to go to those places to see.
Yes. We have way too much light pollution around here.
Yeah.
You got to go out to the boonies to find your way out and onto those stars, man. Let's see here. Try a new workout or stretch.
Nope.
Go for a sunset jog or follow a free yoga or dance tutorial online. Fun, I don't know if I would count yoga as fun, but it's definitely healthy. Going back to the walks, I would 100% advocate for a walk, especially if you have somebody that you enjoy spending company with. Go for a good long walk with them. You just start talking and you learn things about each other.
I know I'm quote unquote exercising, but I don't perceive it that way. And right, we're having a conversation.
That's right.
Yoga or a new gym routine, like kiss my ass.
Yeah.
No.
And you know what you do on the walk,
Any routine for me is a new routine.
You know what you do on the walk there, Steve? You find yourself a red Solo cup that you can take along on the walk, and it makes it a lot more fun.
I have my ways.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
It accentuates the fun a little bit.
It does.
Let's see here. These are the 10 cheap and easy ways to have a great old time. Number 8, try a new recipe together. Pick a dish that you love and challenge yourself to recreate it using ingredients that you already have at home.
We do that every once in a while.
It's been a minute since we got adventurous on a recipe.
Cooking at home's fun too, because you have something. In the end, you've made something and you want to eat it.
Right.
And typically you're having conversation. Again, if you're doing it with someone, I have this hair at my ass to do something on fried dough. My wife immediately said funnel cake. I said, no, I understand. I want to do something savory, not sweet.
Right.
I don't know why. So we're both noodling around to come up with the recipe that we think we'll like.
Oh, you could take a page out of the Native Americans book and go with some fried bread, make a fried bread taco.
Yeah. You can make Rita bread.
Vrita bread?
Yeah.
What is Vrita bread?
Fried dough.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that part we got down.
It's awesome.
I'm just trying to figure out what to put on top.
It's awesome.
You know,
The summer's coming. I'm picturing some shrimp,
deep
maybe.
fried.
No. I get it. It sounded so like exotic and everything. You what? It's fried dough.
Well, what you do,
exactly what it is.
if you own a restaurant, you call it frita bread because then you can charge $4 more for the same thing than you would if you called it fried dough.
Yeah.
It kind of takes the cheapness out of it. However, it's decently cost effective. But these meal prep services that they're out there, you know, we did Green Chef. Ted, I know that you're hyping up the HelloFresh right now.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of the frustrating and anxious work out of the cooking, and you just get to the fun part.
See, I don't mind cooking. I don't mind preparing to cook.
Well, what I'm saying is that you don't have to look up the recipe and figure out, okay, do I have this? Okay, we have to go to the store. We have to go pick this.
No.
It's all right there, and then you're just in the kitchen, you cook.
But me, I'm one of those people. Kind of drives my wife crazy. She also appreciates it. What do we have? I can make something out of anything that we have in our home.
Well,
and that part, I enjoy that more than following a recipe.
Yeah.
Because it's like, look, this is going to be good. And she'll say, what is it? I'm like, I don't know. But it's going to be good when I'm done.
And I will say the good part about like those meal prep things is like sometimes there's just ingredients you just don't have.
Sure.
But they already come included. And it's like the right amount.
Correct.
Right.
Take a do-it-yourself photography walk. Explore a scenic part of town and snap photos of architecture, street art, or nature. Photography's never been my bag.
Really? I do it a lot on vacation, but it's usually architecture, never the family.
Yeah,
Did you take any pictures of your kids? I'm like, no, because I know what my kids look like. They're right there. I don't need a memory. I know they were with me, but I took a picture of this building or this thing. I know it sounds terrible. I'm like, I don't need a picture of them. There
you go.
I got plenty of pictures of them.
Plan an at-home movie marathon. Gather blankets, pop your own popcorn, and stream a series of films that you already own or you have access to.
I would do that spread out over a week. I would do one movie a night.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there for all day on the couch and not do anything.
I used to do it when the kids were younger, and the movies were garbage, but just the kids were so happy, and it was just a nice family thing.
I will say that's when I miss having the physical copies of movies. You know, with the streaming service, you start scrolling through the services, you know, what do we want to watch? And then you become a judge of what we're going to watch. When you were locked to the VHS tapes that you have.
We have 8 choices, guys.
Correct.
That's it.
And you enjoyed the hell out of those 8 choices because that's what you had.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun to do if like I'm dating somebody. I'm so used to living alone. Like if I have somebody over, like I want to watch sports. I still want to chat.
God, oh yeah, that
It
makes
would
sense.
be. I don't know. I just can't inviting somebody, a buddy over, and being like, let's just spend 3 hours watching a movie
in the quiet.
Yeah, just chill, man.
Yeah,
Just
my
relax.
movie marathon, they're always late at night when the wife falls asleep. I watch my movies early in the morning. She watches hers. She woke up one day over the weekend. I don't remember what night it was, like 1:30 in the morning. She's like, what's this? Like, it stars Mila Jovovich. She's like, that's a you movie. Because all of her movies are, I fight monsters, I fight zombies, I have guns, and I kick ass. So I'm like, I'm going to
here's
tell
my
you the
boobs.
star. Right. No boobs in this one.
Okay.
And it was all right. The movie was terrible, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
There you go. They say to visit the library. Check out books, movies, or even video games from Seattle Public Library for endless entertainment.
That sounds as boring.
Well, you can just you choose your own adventure.
You know the excitement of the library, at least the central one downtown, other people outside.
That's right. Attend free museum days. Says many local museums and zoos offer free or pay what you can days, such as the Henry Art Gallery on the UW campus, or free neighborhood community events. Go check those out. Again, these are 10 cheap and easy ways to have a great old time.
Pay what you can. That makes me uncomfortable.
I can pay $1.
I mean, like, I would dress worse. You know, like, what are the clothes that we mow the lawn in? We're wearing those today, and we're going to this museum. I can give you $3.
They say to take a bike ride. I haven't done that in a hot minute, but you know what? I would love to go on a bike ride.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that time of the year.
It is.
True.
Yeah, they're all over the doggone road out of the way. I'm going to show them all how to ride on the road. Have a picnic and explore a park. Pack some snacks and enjoy your local public park.
All right.
I've never been a picnic guy.
I think my thing is more this. Like, I'm not a big picnic guy, but I do like to eat. And sometimes you are stuck in a park.
Yeah.
But I'm like, can we not bring all this crap from home? Because that means I have to carry this everywhere. But if we stop somewhere where we like the food and then we take that to the park,
See,
I'm okay with that.
I like an urban hike, or okay, you go up and do Mount Si, whatever.
Sure.
Stop in North Bend Bar and Grill. I'd rather do that than take my food. I think it's like I can get a beer.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
You know, just
I'm going to bring this stuff from
just
home.
relax.
That's right.
We do have a lot of good parks in the city, though.
We certainly do.
We truly do. And then this is the number one cheap and easy way to have a great time. They say to host a themed potluck or a game night. Ask friends to bring a dish and play a classic board game. Underrated. Just
it is
playing board
underrated.
games.
There's a specific card game that we play with another couple, and we always have a good time.
Bridge?
We never plan it. It's just if we see each other, like, you got a deck of cards? All right, let's do it. Next thing you know, we're making food, we're drinking beer, and it's like, all right.
The wife has gotten into bringing a deck of cards with her when we go out to bar night.
Dude, just bring a deck. We realize that just when my son playing this travel volleyball, we're always somewhere.
Sure.
And there's always a bunch of parents, and it's like, just bring a deck of cards, right? Something good will happen.
Police in New Hampshire got a call from a man to report that his car was stolen, but it sounds like there's a little more to the story, Miles.
What was that?
Tell you about it at 5:15.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:15. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk. And Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast ESPN softball play-by-play announcer, one Kevin Brown. All right, so this past Sunday, I don't know if you know, but he was broadcasting a softball game between Arizona State and Texas. This was this past Sunday. Well, the thing about ESPN, during a lot of their live sports broadcasts, they leave what we call the hot mic on. And we all know what the hot mic is because inevitably a politician or somebody gets busted saying something, quote unquote, on a hot mic. In other words, they don't know that the mic is broadcasting and they speak their truth. In this case, it wasn't exactly that. It seems more like someone in the crowd was aware that ESPN had a hot mic and decided to just make a little statement.
Wonderful relationship, those two. And she said, when you come to Austin, they tell you you're going to be.
What? I'll play this for you one more time. All right. So our boy Kevin Brown, he's doing the play-by-play. Arizona State, Texas, big softball game. But it's not just a microphone in front of him for whatever reason. And this has been the thing now. Everyone says, why does ESPN have so many hot mics not next to the booth? It might be to pick up the crowd noise, etc. But again, he's just doing his broadcast.
Wonderful relationship, those two. And she said, when you come to Austin, they tell you you're going to be. You're going to compete for national.
Whoever's voice that has been having a rough day.
Oh, yeah, lick my. In case you're wondering, it would be the equivalent of testicles, is what he's getting at. He just used a different term. But my credit to Kevin Brown because he clearly heard it, but decided, hey, man, let's just keep moving with the broadcast. Jesus.
I like that. Don't acknowledge. Just keep moving.
Just keep moving, man. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
Wonderful relationship, those two. And she said, when you come to Austin, they tell you you're going to be.
Let's get a contestant on the line now. For Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
You know what?
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, Congress has introduced a new bill that would allow a chicken to decide what its meat will be used for. But first, we hope you enjoyed last week's In Action News, a peek behind-the-scenes documentary directed by award-winning documentarian Mateo Cacaverde. Speaking of which, we have an additional programming note for this week.
Is this about mine and Mateo's hidden camera show that's supposed to air tonight?
Yes, it is, Felix. You convinced the network to air your hidden camera show. Don't get mad. The network has decided not to air it.
What? Man, we worked hard on that show, Playboy. What's the problem?
The problem, Felix, is that the people featured in your TV show Don't Get Mad didn't know they were on a TV show.
Well, yeah, Don't Get Mad is a hidden camera show.
Right. As I understand it, the premise of Don't Get Mad is basically the opposite of ABC's What Would You Do?
Exactly. See, on What Would You Do, they use hidden cameras to see how ordinary people behave when they're confronted with dilemmas that require them to take action.
Yes, and generally speaking, those people resort to being heroic. It shows ordinary people coming to the defense or rescue of someone else. It brings out the best in people.
Yeah, on my show, Don't Get Mad, we use hidden cameras to bring out the worst in people.
And now those people are threatening to sue if the show airs. Frankly, Felix, I can't blame these people for being angry with you.
What did I do?
Okay, well, you stuffed a piñata full of chili.
Yeah, that was Mateo's idea, man, but I liked it.
Felix, the piñata ended up being used at a children's party.
Of course it was used at a children's party, Stone. Who else uses piñatas?
Well, the parents were not very happy. And the chili ruined their carpet. Not to mention the disappointment of the children who were covered in chili instead of candy.
I know that, Stone. We got the reaction on camera. That's the whole point of hidden cameras, man.
Uh-huh. You also dressed a possum in a gimp suit and released it into a church during service.
Yeah, we did do that. That's the first time I ever heard a nun curse. Got that on camera, too.
Yeah, the church was not very pleased about that, Felix, nor was the nun who got caught cursing.
To be fair, man, that nun seemed like a real stick in the mud.
She's a nun, Felix. Nuns are the Lord-appointed fun police, and you know that. You and Mateo also put truck nuts on the hoods of school buses.
Yeah, the kids love that, Playboy.
The public school system and the parents did not, however. You also replaced every newborn in the maternity ward with shaved monkeys. Who shaves a monkey?
My cousin Earl. Earl saved anything for $5 or an order of curly fries. Whatever's more convenient for you at the time of saving. He's flexible.
What do you mean he'll shave anything? What else has your cousin Earl shaved?
Oh, he saved all kinds of things, Playboy. That's all I should share, unless you got $5 or some curly fries.
Felix, even if I did have $5 and curly fries, I would part with neither in exchange for your cousin
Earl.
Yes, I would part with neither in exchange for Earl to shave something.
Never say never, ma'am.
Okay. For your show, you also went to a coffee shop 2 minutes before close and placed an order. Is that right?
Yeah, I ordered one grande quad non-fat, one pump, no whip mocha.
That's very annoying.
I also ordered one venti ice skinny hazelnut macchiato, sugar-free syrup, extra hot, light ice, no whip, one quad grande non-fat, extra hot caramel macchiato upside down.
What is upside down?
No idea, man. But I also ordered one iced half-calf Ristretto venti 4-pump, sugar-free cinnamon dulce soy skinny latte.
Felix!
And one grand chai tea latte 3-pump skim milk, light water, no foam, extra hot.
You ordered all of that 2 minutes before closing?
There were 2 minutes to close when we started the order. By the time we finished making it all, it was 15 after. Then we accidentally dropped the entire order on the floor. That was one angry barista, Playboy. But we got it on camera.
Yeah, Felix, the barista is one of the people threatening to sue you and the network if your show airs.
So the network isn't going to show Don't Get Mad.
No, Felix, they are not. And before you even asked, the network also canceled your show, The Masked Finger. The Fox network argued that it infringes on their show, The Masked Singer.
Very different shows, Playboy.
I believe you, but the network is canceling both Don't Get Mad and The Masked Finger.
That ain't right, man.
Yeah, I was excited about The Masked Finger. Well, not everything is canceled. We'll be back next hour. Hello, everyone. This has been an In Action News broadcast, a Comedia Dysfunction. Watch all In Action News videos, new and old, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@inactionnews.
And make sure you like and subscribe, man. And be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media platforms at In Action News. Beat on board the can, beat on board the grill. Took a hold on the right, just get up the hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, ain't no turning back. No, we living, you, me, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the
Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill can please tell everyone how Profile This is played.
Oh, sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. All right, Matthew, you understand how this here game is played?
Affirmative, Ghost Rider.
Fantastic, and you're the first person to call me Ghost Rider. I appreciate that. So today you have a choice of one of three categories. Today we have interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today, License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
Let's go with Mother Nature and animals.
All right, we go to Taiwan, where an 11-year-old critter that escaped from the Taipei Zoo was safely located and returned to the facility 1 week later. The animal, named Blackie, was found to have escaped from her enclosure on the evening of May 18th, sparking a days-long search of the surrounding area. Yeah. They're not racist or nothing.
I'm not yelling that.
I know. No one yelled for the animal by name.
Right?
But a zoo employee spotted Blackie crossing a service road and circling the zoo. And that area is not open to the public. So the employee followed it, and that animal made its way to the solar energy clock in front of the zoo's tropical rainforest area. Anyway, nearby zookeepers, they were summoned to help corral Blackie, who put up a fight during the capture, scratching one employee's hand before finally being secured. All's well that ends well, we suppose. The question is, what type of animal is Blackie? Was Blackie a tiger? Oh, God. Is Blackie a monkey? Is Blackie an anteater, or is Blackie an otter? So tiger, monkey, anteater, or otter. What kind of animal is Blackie? That was on the loose for 1 week.
Well, anteaters have big claws, so they can really scratch. I mean, they got them digging claws for logs and stuff. And
That's why they turned me on.
Anteaters in Taiwan. I want it to be an anteater. Can you imagine an angry anteater with that long nose coming at you?
I'm going to give you a side note. No, I can't.
Is that what you're taking, Matthew? Anteater?
I think I'm going to roll with the anteater.
Anteater for Matthew.
I think it's an otter. They ended up finding him after a week, but he was near something that had water.
Yes.
So maybe just natural.
Otter?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm going to go big or go home. I'm going to go tiger. Why not? What animal escaped from the zoo and was returned a week later? Was it a tiger, a monkey, an anteater, or an otter? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories: Animalize This on Profile This. We go to Taiwan, where an animal escaped from the zoo. The animal was loose for a week. It was finally returned after a bit of a fight, so to speak. Question is, what was the animal that was on the run? Tiger, monkey, an anteater, or an otter?
And Matthew, that is a question that we posed to you. No one said monkey. But let us start with D. Ted Smith. You want an otter.
It's not an otter.
Not an otter.
All right.
Although they will fight. Miles, you said go big or go home. You went big. Big the tiger. It was not a tiger. And Matthew, you immediately said, man, anteater's got them big-ass claws broken. You imagine being scratched by an anteater. To which Ted and I said, no, we can't. But you're also correct.
Nice work. Nice work.
But it wasn't a monkey.
No.
All right.
It was an anteater named Blackie, but they also point out that the anteater was tan and white. Just saying. Okay.
Yeah, right. Doesn't have to do with his fur color. Mm-hmm.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Now, what was all the massive news from last week?
Arsenal won.
Well, that is the biggest news. They won the league, which was great. Indy 500 had an exciting finish.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It was great to see Arsenal win. Don't worry, Arsenal fans. You still have the Champions League this Saturday, 9 a.m. Stephen Colbert was retiring.
Yeah.
It was the end of the Late Show. Well, he didn't stay off very long. He was on a Michigan public access show called Only in Monroe. Quote, it's been excruciating 23 hours without being on TV, so I'm grateful to be here on Monroe Community Media before they also get acquired by Paramount. Good line.
I wonder how many people even saw that.
Could have been many, but he had guests. Jack White, Jeff Daniels, Steve Buscemi, and Eminem.
And now that little public access station is going to blow up.
I hope so.
He also spoke on FaceTime on the show with Byron Allen, who took over his show. I mean, that's just, yeah. I like that CBS, or somebody was like, well, we had to check to make sure he's not like non-compete or whatever.
No, he bought the time.
Yeah, it's like, who cares?
Yeah, he bought the time. There's nothing you can say.
Yeah.
You sold it to him.
His final Late Show drew 6.7 million viewers. That was the biggest audience for a weeknight episode during his tenure. He was averaging between 2.4 and 2.7 million viewers during his final season.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Some other stuff from the weekend I want to talk about. Yesterday was obviously Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. As we know, Memorial Day, celebrating people that gave the ultimate sacrifice, people that have passed away during war or military in general. Saw a lot of good tributes during the lacrosse national title game to my old buddy, Brendan Looney. Well, we're still buddies. He's just not alive.
Sure.
I got to figure out a better way to phrase that. So it's good to see all that stuff. I did my traditional thing. I didn't watch Saving Private Ryan, but I watched a couple episodes of Band of Brothers.
Always going for the positive.
I thought about you as I got into Tom Hanks' World War II.
Yeah,
I was like, I could hear your voice, and I toyed with watching a full-on war movie, but Band of Brothers had got me. I felt like an idiot because in my head I said, I feel like I do this every Memorial Day. Turns out I do.
You do.
Because they run a marathon. I was going to watch the lacrosse national title game, but it wasn't very exciting. Mariners were handling their business.
Yep.
The Knicks just looked good. I mean, they beat the crap out of the Cavs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I do think Knicks fans can be a little obnoxious and unbearable, but I kind of want to see them win this title now just to see people lose their mind.
Well, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it has been.
You're insufferable when you're not winning and still talk S.
Correct.
Right, and that's the difference. Like, you've been annoying because your team has sucked ass for however many, but they've been earning it, man. And if you watch any of their any of their games in the postseason, you're just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone can shoot. Every freaking person can shoot.
Oklahoma City won last year.
Sure. Oh, the Floppers.
And the Spurs have had their runs. I think where they've multiple championships.
Well, the Spurs in Oklahoma City, they got a great series going. It's still going right now. It's tied up at 2.
So I'm saying both those guys have been there within recent times, compared to the Knicks anyway.
I saw a thing that said the Knicks haven't won an NBA title since Nixon was in office.
It's been that long?
President Nixon.
Jesus, man.
So that's what, 70?
70s, yeah. Yeah, I know. And they were always very good. I do think the Knicks, like a lot of teams, ran into the buzzsaw that is Michael Jordan, the Bulls.
Sure.
Right? And then in their defense, right, they couldn't get by Jordan to win a title, so they didn't. But then I want to say, I don't know if they were in the finals 2 years in a row, but I think they were in the finals the 2 years he wasn't there, but Houston won those two. So, I mean, you're so close. You just couldn't get over it. But, hey, sometimes it comes in, you got to finish second a lot over 22 years, and one day you'll raise a trophy. But yesterday was obviously for our American heroes, so I have a good list today of best superhero movies of all time.
All right.
Let's see. Basically, this is according to their IMDb ranking. I think everybody in here watches a superhero movie or two. I will tell you, number 10 to me is not a comic book superhero that you think of. I can't remember why, but I saw this movie in theaters.
Darkman.
No, who's Darkman?
That was a Liam Neeson flick. I'm just trying to think of
Spawn.
No.
All right, so you said this is not. Is it a comic book character and you just don't perceive it that way, or that you have no idea?
I don't believe so. I think it was like an actual book, not a comic book.
Kick ass.
People love his mask. It's like, I think the day is in May.
Oh, hang on. Don't say it yet. The Guy Fawkes movie, V for Vendetta.
There you go.
All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Guy Fawkes.
That was a pretty good movie.
He does what?
That's his name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Guy Fawkes.
Fawkes. My bad.
Right.
Don't we all?
And I'm trying to remember in 05 who I went to see V for Vendetta with, but I definitely saw it in the theater.
Yeah, good movie.
Did I see it with you?
No.
All right, because 05, we would have just moved out here. I don't
Correct.
think
If you guys were going to a movie theater together, you leave a seat in between, or do you sit right beside each other?
I sat right next to his ass.
we've seen a movie in a movie theater together, haven't we?
Yeah, we saw Hustle and Flow.
There we go.
For
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
Wait, but Hustle and Flow, that had nothing to do. We just went and saw that.
What about Balboa? And were you there for
that.
Snakes on a Plane? I know Miggsy was there.
I did not. I hate snakes that much.
Well, yeah, good point. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, you saw something in the video of RFK.
By the way,
with snakes. I saw it.
Hank Kilmatic wants to let you know V for Vendetta was, in fact, a comic book.
Oh, damn it.
Okay.
Thought I had that. All right. Now, after that, the next in the top 9, they're all classic, to me, superhero movies. So, like, one's from 2021. You just got to pick which version of this guy it is.
Batman?
Spider-Man.
Oh.
From
Right,
2021.
right.
All right. Now, after that, you'll have Batman Begins.
Okay.
Which was 2005.
That was
There's
the first
my
Christian
Liam
Bale
Neeson.
one.
Yeah.
That was what?
That was the first Christian Bale one.
Correct.
And Liam Neeson was the bad guy.
Correct.
All right.
I saw that one in theaters. That was impressive. I would also tell people to look up the movies that Christian Bale had done before that, and then how big and swole he is as Batman. And
Oh, yeah.
That guy put in a lot of
Was
work.
it the Machinist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he plays like an anorexic guy, and then the next time we see him, he's like, oh, yoked up Batman.
Yep.
Much really
Specifically, yoked up Batman. That's how he introduced. I'm yoked up Batman.
Number 7 on the list of best superhero movies of all time, Joker, 2019.
Is that Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah. It was a fine movie. I don't know.
What is it about? Because I have not seen it, but I heard a lot of hype about it. And any of the previews or whatever, I'm just like, nothing motivated me to want to see it. I guess that's the best way to put it.
For me, my thought, if you enjoy like the bulk of superhero movies, I don't think you'd like Joker as one of those movies.
Okay.
It's an interesting origin story. It's kind of its own flavor. It's a really neat story told under the veil of the Joker.
Okay.
And you got to really be in, which sometimes I am. It's a really dark kind of funny stuff. Right?
Have you seen it?
I've seen, yeah.
All right.
It's sad, but it's like some of it is so dark, you're almost kind of like, oh, this is crazy. Number 6 on the list, Avengers, Infinity War.
Infinity War. All right.
All right.
Second to last one with Thanos.
Thank you. I was going to ask.
Don't worry, they'll get there.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Endgame's coming.
What's that?
Endgame's coming.
Endgame, it's third on the list. I'll just give you that one. It is. The Dark Knight Rises from 2012.
That was Tom Hardy.
That was big.
Oh, I loved that one.
That was a great
That was my favorite of the 3. Because Bane was just cool. Look, you get Bane reminded me of Darth Vader, right?
Did you call me Bane?
I did. I'm sorry, Bane. Because the thing you liked
He's a
about
little
Darth
bit
Vader,
vain.
he's one of those bad guys who didn't have a lot to say. He said what he meant, and then he effing did it.
Badass.
Right? And then it was about him being as horrible of a person as you could be. And that's what I liked about Bane. Like, there was nothing cutesy. There was nothing funny. He was straight up like, I'm going to F your S up. And then he would do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I love, if you're going to be a bad guy, be a bad guy.
And then you have my permission to die.
Yeah, I was just like, oh.
And traditionally, like growing up on Batman, his bad guys talked a lot.
They do. As they say, monologuing. He was not that guy. I like bad guys that don't monologue. They kill your ass.
Number 4 on the list for 2018, you have Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse.
Still haven't seen that one.
I don't know which one that is.
That's the comic booky cartoon one?
I did not see that.
Okay.
All right.
I hear a lot of rave reviews about it, and I need to check it
My
out. I just haven't
wife
had it.
liked it.
Yeah.
And that is not her speed, but she took the kids, and she was like, it's a really good movie. I'm like, man, coming from her, all right.
We already said Avengers Endgame was on there. Spider-Man from 2023, Across the Spider-Verse.
That was the sequel to it.
Yeah.
She saw that one, too. Absolutely loved it. I believe she said it left in the cliffhanger, and she's still pissed.
Oh.
And then number 1 on the best superhero movies of all
Vendetta.
time. What's that?
Vendetta.
Dark Knight, 2008.
I figured that had to be up
Or
there.
Venom. That's what I'm thinking of.
Venom. Yeah.
I was like, we already did
Venom.
Vendetta.
Yeah. If Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises were on there, the Dark Knight had to be number 1.
I'm still sticking with Dark Knight Rises. Just for Bane. I'm sorry, man. It was just too cool.
Bane was fantastic.
It just
but there was
made the
something
movie
about that
better.
movie.
I would also say the good thing about superhero movies is like, if you don't know the lineal line of like the story continuing, like you're fine.
Yeah, it did not. You didn't have to know anything.
Right, like, it's pretty simple. At the end of the day, you're going to have a good guy, the superhero, and then the bad person, and whatever it is that bad person's doing. But like, I don't know. Like I feel like I could just put on a Spider-Man movie and kind of figure out.
Just like Star Wars.
That's true. You know who the good guys and bad guys are.
Yeah.
Well, that is the truth, right?
Yeah, seriously.
I know.
But that's why people like make it simple, right? If you're doing a blockbuster, but if you want to do cerebral, you release it in November so you can try to get an Oscar, right? And they're pretty open about that. You want to do something in the summertime, like good guy, bad guy, simple script, they fight, good guy wins. Done.
I mean, that was always the thing too. Summertime, you got that blockbuster film.
And what was the movie that started that? That was not
Jaws.
It was in fact Jaws.
Yeah.
That was never like a goal. And then Jaws came out in summer, which obviously people that ran businesses on beaches were not happy about. But it occurred to everyone like, hey, when people don't have to go to work or kids are not in school and now they're bringing their families, just take a simple movie. The premise is simple. There's nothing cerebral. There is a shark. You do not want it to eat you. You kill it in the end.
I think we saw Independence Day at least 2, if not 3 times in the theater that summer it came out.
Because you could.
Yeah. I mentioned it earlier, but NBA Conference Finals, you got the Thunder hosting the Spurs. It's series tied up 2-2. A lot of good basketball and a lot of flopping.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, Congress has introduced a new bill that would allow a chicken to decide what its meat will be used for. But first, we hope you enjoyed last week's In Action News, a peek behind-the-scenes documentary directed by award-winning documentarian Mateo Cacaverde. Speaking of which, we have an additional programming note for this week.
Is this about mine and Mateo's hidden camera show that's supposed to air tonight?
Yes, it is, Felix. You convinced the network to air your hidden camera show, Don't Get Mad. The network has decided not to air it.
What? Man, we worked hard on that show, Playboy. What's the problem?
The problem, Felix, is that the people featured in your TV show Don't Get Mad didn't know they were on a TV show.
Well, yeah, Don't Get Mad is a hidden camera show.
Right. As I understand it, the premise of Don't Get Mad is basically the opposite of ABC's What Would You Do?
Exactly. See, on What Would You Do, they use hidden cameras to see how ordinary people behave when they're confronted with dilemmas that require them to take action.
Yes, and generally speaking, those people resort to being heroic. It shows ordinary people coming to the defense or rescue of someone else. It brings out the best in people.
Yeah, on my show, Don't Get Mad, we use hidden cameras to bring out the worst in people.
And now those people are threatening to sue if the show airs. Frankly, Felix, I can't blame these people for being angry with you.
What did I do?
Okay, well, you stuffed a piñata full of chili.
Yeah, that was Mateo's idea, man, but I liked it.
Felix, the piñata ended up being used at a children's party.
Of course it was used at a children's party, Stone. Who else uses piñatas?
Well, the parents were not very happy, and the chili ruined their carpet. Not to mention the disappointment of the children who were covered in chili instead of candy.
I know that, Stone. We got the reaction on camera. That's the whole point of hidden cameras, man.
Uh-huh. You also dressed a possum in a gimp suit and released it into a church during service.
Yeah, we did do that. That's the first time I ever heard a nun curse. Got that on camera, too.
Yeah, the church was not very pleased about that, Felix, nor was the nun who got caught cursing.
To be fair, man, that nun seemed like a real stick in the mud.
She's a nun, Felix. Nuns are the Lord-appointed fun police, and you know that. You and Mateo also put truck nuts on the hoods of school buses.
Yeah, the kids love that, Playboy.
The public school system and the parents did not, however. You also replaced every newborn in the maternity ward with shaved monkeys. Who shaves a monkey?
My cousin Earl. Earl saved anything for $5 or an order of curly fries. Whatever's more convenient for you at the time of saving. He's flexible.
What do you mean he'll shave anything? What else has your cousin Earl shaved?
Oh, he saved all kinds of things, Playboy. That's all I should share, unless you got $5 or some curly fries.
Felix, even if I did have $5 and curly fries, I would part with neither in exchange for your cousin
Earl.
Yes, I would part with neither in exchange for Earl to shave something.
Never say never, ma'am.
Okay. For your show, you also went to a coffee shop 2 minutes before close and placed an order. Is that right?
Yeah, I ordered one grande quad non-fat, one pump, no whip mocha.
That's very annoying.
I also ordered one venti iced skinny hazelnut macchiato, sugar-free syrup, extra salt, light ice, no whip, one quad grande non-fat, extra hot caramel macchiato upside down.
What is upside down?
No idea, man. But I also ordered one iced half-calf Ristretto venti 4-pump, sugar-free cinnamon dulce soy skinny latte.
Felix!
And one grand chai tea latte 3-pump skim milk, light water, no foam, extra hot.
You ordered all of that 2 minutes before closing?
There were 2 minutes to close when we started the order. By the time we finished making it all, it was 15 after. Then we accidentally dropped the entire order on the floor. That was one angry barista, Playboy. But we got it on camera.
Yeah, Felix, the barista is one of the people threatening to sue you and the network if your show airs.
So the network isn't going to show Don't Get Mad.
No, Felix, they are not. And before you even asked, the network also canceled your show, The Masked Finger. The Fox network argued that it infringes on their show, The Masked Singer.
Very different shows, Playboy.
I believe you, but the network is canceling both Don't Get Mad and The Masked Finger.
That ain't right, man.
Yeah, I was excited about The Masked Finger. Well, not everything is canceled. We'll be back next hour.
Oh, hi. Congratulations for being you. You have one job. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channel and social media pages at In Action News. I did it slowly for you.
As we know it.
Yeah.
So obviously they had some pretty cool stuff on there. I didn't realize it had been 11 years he had been doing that. He had celebrities show up. Like I said, thinking they were his last guest. Bryan Cranston. There you go, Mike.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd, Tim Meadows, Ryan Reynolds. He also had the real last guest was Paul McCartney.
All right.
So before we get to how Colbert ended the show, I thought this was kind of funny. He's just talking, look, Paul McCartney is a Beatle. Then he had Wings.
Yep.
He has duets with Michael Jackson. The guy has a lot of music.
Yeah.
So he asked him a question everybody wants to know about lyrics.
Do people ever misinterpret your songs to you?
Yes. I kind of like it, though. You write it and you sort of think, okay, there it is. It's done. That's the song. Strawberry Fields. The beginning, it says, living is easy with eyes closed. But some people think it's living is easy with nice clothes. It's better.
Now, obviously, I don't think Paul McCartney is like at Eddie Vedder level.
No.
Yellow Lead Better. It's just a tough song to understand what the hell he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty interesting. And also, my mom loved the Beatles.
Yeah.
Right? I know a lot of people do. A lot of radio stations forever. You had Beatles brunch on Sundays.
Yep.
Right? I know people my age that love the Beatles, but I guess I was just in that in-between period. I just don't remember Paul McCartney being that big of a deal. Then as I got older, you kind of respect what he did and this and that. But he also seems like a decent, cool dude.
Yeah, he's amazing in concert. I've seen him twice. I mean, he puts on a show.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's hit after hit.
Of course.
After hit after hit. And it's just like, wow, you're not even scratching the surface on your library.
I was also kind of thinking, too, because he was the musical guest last Saturday on SNL.
Right.
And I'm like, and he was in some of the skits, which I liked. Do you think he was already booked for one or the other and then combined them? With SNL and Colbert?
I doubt. My understanding with Paul McCartney and SNL, and he was the scheduled guest, but from that book I read, he's a big fan of SNL. He is close friends with Lorne Michaels, so some of the cast members are like, you're doing a skit on stage, you look out in the audience, and Paul McCartney's sitting there.
That's kind of wild.
He just shows up. Yeah, they're like 5 times a year. If he's in New York and we're doing SNL, because he really enjoys the show.
Well, that's the Ed Sullivan Theater.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to remember, when the Beatles came to America...
Colbert's was the Ed Sullivan Theater.
When they come to America...
That's the theater.
They're going to play that gig. And nobody knew the Beatles up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
So when they played that show on that stage, that began the British invasion that we know today.
Yeah.
So the historical significance of him coming back is basically that jump-started his career around the world.
All right. Well, and then I remember,
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Not good when hiking to be trapped under a 16,000-pound rock. Meanwhile, with a 5-inch stick in your eye, it's hard to watch people like a hawk. Ever a man tries to elude police jolly old St. Nick style, a Spokane woman finds that a marmot had been living in her attic for quite a while. And a tiny fugitive leads King County Police on a brief chase. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story. We're going to New Hampshire, where police got a call about a stolen car. They took down the information, but didn't have to go far to find the vehicle, as they found it crashed on one of the local roads. They deployed a canine unit in an attempt to locate the driver, which they did. And it's the same guy that made the call. As it turns out, he was already out on bail for a previous crime, and he's now facing charges of filing a false report.
How dumb is he?
He called in to say, somebody stole and crashed my car.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and he drove it and crashed it himself.
Right.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So they stole your car and crashed it. You caught up and found it, and then you reported it. Okay. Sure.
You think he was trying to get insurance money, or just didn't want to?
I think he screwed up and crashed his car, and he's already out on bail, so he might have been altered or something. I don't know, but
yeah.
So I think he just made up a lie to try to keep himself safe. I don't know, truthfully, everything that happened, but
didn't work.
No, whatever it was, his ruse did not work there. In local news, we head just a bit north to Everett for an interesting story. Local officers responded to a call about a man trespassing after smoke was seen coming from a vacant home. When they arrived and attempted to make contact with the man, he made his way onto the roof and jumped into the chimney. Side note, I don't know that I've seen a chimney that I thought I could fit in.
No.
That surprises me. Fire crews were called, and by the time that they made their way up, he had worked his way about 10 feet down inside the chimney. They eventually had to resort to removing the mantle in order to open the fireplace and the wall in order to get him back out. He was taken into custody as well as the hospital for an evaluation. So apparently I don't know if he was stuck because they said that they tried to offer assistance and he refused assistance.
Who refuses assistance when they're stuck in a chimney?
Somebody running from police.
I'm fine.
Right. No, man, I'm good.
Thinking they'll just go away. Okay, just a wellness check then.
Yeah, exactly. You're inside of a home that ain't yours, inside the doggone chimney. Yeah, I'm just going to walk away from that one. That's how that's going to work. Chimney. That's a good one. Over in Russia, a 50-year-old man found himself in the hospital complaining of issues with his left eye. This one is wild. It had been a growing issue with minor pain and discomfort turning into unbearable agony as well as vision fading in his eye. He was actually losing sight in his left eye. With no doctor able to explain the source. He went to ophthalmologists. He went to all kinds of doctors that gave him remedies and different kind of treatments, but nothing was actually getting it done there. Our boy was given an MRI by doctors, which was able to find the culprit. Or rather, no doctor's able to explain the source. So he got an MRI to find the culprit. A foreign body that had lodged itself in the man's skull.
Jesus.
Turns out he recalled an incident while doing yard work a while back in which a maple branch caused a sharp pain in his left eye. He's chopping maple branches and one hit him in the eye at some point. So
now he remembers.
He originally didn't see any lingering problem. There was the pain eventually subsided. He didn't see anything around the area. You know, there was obviously a cut or something like that, but he didn't think much more of it. Turns out that the incident actually left a more than 4-inch section of the branch pierced into his eye socket, destroying the sinuses and damaging the base of his skull where some serious motor function has taken place.
That's why I'm not doing yard work anymore.
A procedure was done and the branch was removed. Yeah, he was chopping branches without any kind of eye protection, and I don't know how you can lodge 4 inches of wood in your eye and not know.
4 inches.
Right.
Damn.
It was insane. And I know that the pain didn't go away.
No, because there's a 4-inch branch in your face.
Correct. Like, I'm sure it went down, but I feel like you'll always have that, like, man, that branch screwed me up, or something like that.
Unless you're that guy.
Right, yeah, right. No kidding. I don't know what it is, Doc. Sitting here living 4 years with a doggone 4-inch piece of wood in my eye.
You think I'd be okay?
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Dang it. Over in Spokane, a local woman called Fish and Wildlife to report an intruder in her home. She discovered a marmot that was taking up shelter in her attic, but it was proven to be difficult to capture. Side note, didn't know marmots were over in Spokane. The animal had chewed a hole in the roof and was seen sticking its head out. It's kind of a cute photo if you haven't seen it. It's kind of funny. He's literally just his head sticking out of a roof.
I feel like I've only seen him up on Rainier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Miles, aren't they the ones that are up top? Even if you go like a day hike, you see the marmots up there.
Okay. Yeah, just little rodents, right?
Oh, they're not little.
Are they basically a beaver?
They're about a little bit smaller, but close.
All right.
Then that's pretty big.
Yeah, to me, it almost reminds me more of a groundhog.
Gotcha. Okay. Woodchuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whistle pig.
So they saw his head sticking out. They placed a wildlife screen over the hole, only for that to be chewed through as well. And a second hole created after a metal plate was put over the first. He just really wants to stick his head out the roof.
Okay.
All right.
After avoiding 3 traps in the attic, crews were able to finally wrangle the vermin and remove them from the home. That was a comfy marmot.
Comfy marmot.
Comfy marmot varmint. But just in case it starts with a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We stick around here at home. Authorities in Shoreline got a call about a suspect on the loose. Somebody called to report a small dog running in and out of traffic near a local park and ride. They arrived to find the subject, a Yorkie, that was doing its best to elude officers. Body cam footage was shared that shows deputies trying to wrangle the dog as it ducked in and around bushes and trees in the parking lot. Eventually, another couple was able to grab the dog and it was reunited with its family. King County Sheriff's Office posted a video with the disclaimer, quote, "All dogs are presumed innocent until proven guilty." As we see the Yorkie in the back of the squad car.
I do kind of like it when they lock him up.
Yeah.
In the back of the squad. Like he's done something really bad.
It's a great photo too. You know, you got the back door just down, and all you see is his head between the bars. Like, I guess I got arrested.
You're probably wondering how I got here.
They need to do mugshots.
No kidding. Bring him in for. Know somebody's done that.
Oh, sure.
Somebody's got a mugshot of like a llama or something like that they had to pull into the friggin' police office. Men's Room Sports, as we talked about, you got playoff hockey over on TNT, basketball on ESPN, and baseball over on MLB Network. The Mariners have Game 2 against the Athletics in Sacramento tonight. First pitch is at 6:40 over on Mariners TV. Let's see if we can get 2 in a row. far as your weather, looking at partly cloudy skies tonight and a low of 50 tomorrow. The good times are back as we've got a beautiful sunny day with a high right around 73. And that is it for headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks, sir. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less. The lovely Jolene is up in just seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.